biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
.35 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Ken Kafui, a long-time music master at the motos school, with a powerful song, a choral medley. Let's praise our God, all those who live and have breath, for our Lord deserves praise. That's how we choose to start the Citi Breakfast Show. With 9 days to go to election 2024, it's the 28th day of November. So much to be grateful for. We have a great country, and we'll work together to keep it together. A 30-something year enviable record of democracy. Everything is not perfect, but there's a lot to be grateful for. That we can come on every day, express our views, take phone calls, interview people. So many don't have it the way we do. Oh yes, there's so many things more we can do. We have more things to do, more roads to build, better systems to ensure, obviously improve our healthcare. But we must also learn to be grateful for the mercies we've enjoyed, and to reward the hard work of our forebears, those who fought the oppressor on our behalf, to give us the freedom to live with dignity. That's why it says freedom and justice. Freedom, living without the restrictions of the oppressor. The freedom to choose, not to be a slave to any system. Self-determination, to govern your own affairs, to improve your systems. But there must also be justice. Because freedom with no restriction on yourself, by yourself, can lead to chaos. So it's a balancing act. The freedom of self-determination and the justice of standing for truth and resisting evil, which is why the national pledge is important. And make us fearless in the standing up for what is right, just, and true, in the pursuit of justice, judgment, and equity. It's a powerful, powerful foundation for us to build upon. Now is our time. It's our time. Nkrumah has done his part. Mensa Saba has done his bit. All those who fought for our independence have contributed and gone. Now the ends of the times are upon us, whether we are in media, whether we are in politics, in education, to continue the Ghana project. Will we fail the next generation, or will we stand up for what is true? Will we pay the price for a better tomorrow for our children, or will we eat everything today to put the teeth of our children on edge? That shall not be our story. So what role do you have to play? Between now and December 7, it's your responsibility to engage in civic education. Educate people on their responsibilities and rights. Stand up for what is true. Stand against what is not true and unfair. God being our helper, this we shall do. Great inspiration. And even if you're in business, listening to me this morning, you're a trader, it's not just the money you're looking for or making a better life for your children. You're actually building a country. Because as we always say, great countries are not built by one or two people doing great things. They are built by many people doing many important things repeatedly every day. So by all means, get on that bus. Go to that class. Go to that hospital. Make sure you're contributing to the building of Mother Ghana. That's our responsibility. That's our duty. Oh yes. Thank you, Ken Kafui, for inspiring this great one. We call it Business Sense. It's brought to you by ADB. We are so happy to be part of the Ghana project, supporting Ghanaian farmers and agribusinesses for decades. We're pledging to continue doing this as long as we have the means. Let's talk about a loan. Let's talk about a discussion about your business. 0302 210 210. ADB PLC. Oh my God. Offering a variety of personal loans, including top-ups at highly reduced interest rates. This great show would not have been possible without our sponsors, because no man goes to war at his own expense, which is why we are grateful to our sponsors. ADB, thank you. Thank you, Total Energies. You've been committed to the city cause for decades. And this morning we're urging customers of Total, make sure you use any of their branches for an oil change. Change your oil before elections. Whether you're on the Liberation Road at Tesano, Dakuman, Link Road, Sakuman or Farah Avenue, Oxford Street, Community 1, Tema, Stadium, Apremdo Total, make sure you insist on your free elite car wash when you change your engine oil. Follow us on Facebook, X and Instagram at Total Energies GH or Total Energies Ghana. And of course, Piva Beverages is also proud to be associated with the newspaper review segment. We have 5 different flavors: the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grapefruit, the tangy. Available at a store near you. Call 0550-032-231. Piva, a taste you love. Nathan Obodaikwa, oh my God, of Accra Academy. You know, the people in Accra, they don't call it Accra Academy, they call it Academy. If you live in Accra, you call the school Academy. Yeah. But if you are from outside, you say Accra, because there's only one Academy. There's only one. So you don't have to add. We don't have to add Accra to it. Yeah. So I had a woman talking on the Phillips community forum. She says, "India, a form to a Academy."
Thank you. She made the wise choice.
And you know the thing, your school uniform color is always interesting.
Yes,
I'm not sure the color of the top.
Like,
is it beige?
I don't know.
It's all very,
the khaki
very
shorts.
Unique.
Yeah.
A very unique color. I don't know. I don't know the color. Oh man, what does it even mean?
To be.
Not to seem to be.
Yes, to be is better than to seem to
but
be.
You realize that the founders of our nation, the founders of our schools, the founders of our churches, they were people who were very deep.
Oh yes.
They were very, very deep.
You know, when we did a program once on school mottos and whatever, and then you realize the depth,
I tell you,
and the philosophy behind
the foundations are strong. I mean, there's a hall in your school called Kunwa.
Yes.
It was
KG Konwa.
Master.
Yes, KG Konwa was our first headmaster. So Konwa, Alema, Awulete, and Ellen. So the 4 people who founded the school.
Oh, that's why you were in Ellen House.
Yes, Ellen has the red. Ellen has the red.
Ellen the man or woman?
The man. The so Ellen red. Ellen has red.
Oh.
I was in Awulete blue.
Okay, so red, blue, and what? Green
Hamado, and then we had Hamado. So
Okay.
Hamado is yellow.
So here are we now in
Ellen House, the house of no regrets. In here, our little minds were shaped
to serve
our nation great.
Charlie,
Oh Lord, to thee we dedicate
Oh, Lord.
Accra Academy.
Oh, it's powerful. The only problem is that when we go to stadium, you misbehave too much.
Oh, no.
That's the only
Boys, but you see, we for sure them pepper small. That's the only thing.
Oh my goodness. Today I'll be hosting Presec 99.
Okay.
Yeah, they are building an AI
That's a
lab.
year after your year.
Charlie, the year with the most controversial people in the world. No, they've done so well. They've built a fantastic AI lab.
Great.
And they're launching it on 30th November. That's the speech day.
I see.
Bright Simmons, Okujetua, Blackwa, Kwame Poku,
Oh,
Jan,
that's Okujeto's year.
Nick Bakpo, Samoa, Ado, Patrick Ayumu. Oh,
That's
my
a very
God.
strong
Oh,
year.
Lord, my God, they are too powerful. They are a very, very interesting group.
That's a very strong
So
year.
they'll be on the show this morning to talk about their AI things.
Wonderful.
Let's start with the daily graphic.
Yes, the Daily Graphic says at Graphic National Development Series, 2024 elections will be best ever. 97% eligible voters on voter register. That's coming from the EC.
Okay.
COA Global Peace Mission and Kofi Annan to partner to promote peace and security. Springfield Afina Field appraisal confirms oil flow.
Wonderful.
Development Bank AGI signed MOU to bolster garment and textile industry. And Toby Apede the 14th says pursue actions that will sustain nations' peace.
What about the back page?
The back page says government rolls out free dialysis treatment on the 1st of December.
Zion.
And Energy Ministry distributes stoves to women in Jamestown.
We all good talk. Ghanaian Times, December 7 election, accept verdict of Ghanaians. Asanteni advises candidates. His photograph here with the president. Beautiful photo. Other stories. Government to spend 57 million cedis annually on free dialysis beginning December 1, as you read. Speaker declines request for Parliament's recall. Story on page 10. Cites campaigning of MPs. And Election Security Task Force introduces reward for info on security threats. George Ekubu Dampari is photographed with his other security couples.
Okay, the Daily Guide. Baumia outdoors 100 electric buses. And there's a picture here. He's with neat quartet Titus Glover on the front page. Nana thanks Otum for the Springfield story is also here. Badwin puts Parliament in cooler. And the election task force says military will be at flash points.
The Chronicle leads with the electric buses start operations in Accra, about 5 of them photographed here. They also have Alan Cash banks on support of women and youth with his yellow background. And then Bagman declines request to recall the House and election 2024 whistleblowers to get between 1 and 20K. So if somebody is misbehaving, chook and collect money.
It will be financially rewarding.
I'm telling you.
Yes, the New Independent, finally from me. Ghana's first electric bus fleet unveiled. 34,000 new HIV/AIDS infections recorded in Ghana.
Oh, no.
Ghana demands political commitment. And General Mosquito is telling Ghanaians, MPP's government running on loans, vote for change.
BNFT, Springfield's Afina appraisal exceeds expectations, set to boost the nation's oil production with Sankofa unitization firmly in sight. That's a great story for Ghana. Meanwhile, textile and garment industry gets 300 million Ghana cedi DBG boost on manufacturing sector. And then more than half of Ghana's stock exchange companies reporting on ESG, according to KPMG. So it looks like they have come to the party. Back page of Ghanaian Times. Upper East Regional Minister hands over 500 bed capacity girls dorm block to Navasco. That's a good one. And then there's a $75,000 plastic waste pilot project taken off in January. I'll give you a few stories from online, starting with citynewsroom.com. The lead story there is on election 2024, political parties to sign peace pact today. There's a very fantastic photograph of Dr. Baumia and Mahama. You know how they do the Takai dance?
Yeah.
You dance and then you use your hand. So they are both wearing smoke and then they've given each other the elbow. Hey, celeb. Yeah, Mahama and Baumia. Very good photo. Free SHS probing expired rice scandal crucial for accountability. And Blackwa is on this war path. Springfield completes Afina. We've read this already. Is viable. A few other headlines. Baumia's vision will elevate Ghanaian youth to the next level. This is MPP. Ignite Media Group condemns armed attack on Metro TV premise. I'll give you the headlines, the details of this story shortly. And then PNC declares for NDC ahead of December polls. So that's an interesting one. Neil Antevanapoy predicts landslide for NDC and Mahama. Channel 1 News. Musa Dankwa, Prof. Smart present conflicting figures for Baumia in Ashanti keep an eye on this space. In other stories, Baumia inaugurates electric buses. We've read this already. And then Prof. Smart Sapon, local posters must be empowered, he says. And Kufuor defies critics, reaffirms endorsement of Baumia. My John Online, quickly, experience and wisdom are often associated with age. Kufuor shades critics about Baumia endorsement. Now, there's an interesting headline here. Go back to Supreme Court. The Afia Court tells Afenyo Markin over Speaker's refusal to recall Parliament. It's a slight shade. And then Ghana ranked among top 5 visa open destinations. Meanwhile, CJ says the youth must serve the nation with integrity and selflessness. And then EC has suspended directive to limit media access to collation centers. Now, there's a very heartbreaking story on the BBC this morning. And, you know, Liz Doucette has a report, and she says, nowhere else on earth are so many children on the run. This is a special report on the horrific effects of the 19-month civil war in Sudan. Nathan, it's almost a forgotten war.
Yeah.
You know South Sudan has split from Sudan.
Yes.
But Sudan itself,
it's going through a very, very tumultuous
this
time.
almost 20 months of fighting, children are displaced, and it's heartbreaking. Let's get the details.
Okay, let's go to the graphic, the front page. You mentioned the EC. The EC is here.
Yes.
And it has assured Ghanaians that it will conduct the best polls in the country's history this year.
Okay.
It said with more than 18.7 million eligible Ghanaians, representing 97% of all those eligible to register as voters captured in the current voter register, the EC had compiled one of the most comprehensive electoral registers anywhere in the world. And the EC was speaking at the 4th edition of the Graphic National Development Series, and it was represented by the Deputy Chairman in charge of Corporate Services, Dr. Eric Bosman Asare.
Now, it is reported that they've withdrawn the, I'll call it troubling directive around media at collation centers. There's a story on my John Online quoting that event, but when I read the story, I don't get the clarity and the finality on the withdrawal. According to the story, the Electoral Commission has suspended its decision to limit the number of accredited media houses allowed at collation centers on December 7. Now, what I know is that there was an engagement with NMC and also GIBA and the other media leaders. But the website is reporting that Deputy Commissioner Bosman Asare announced the suspension at the Graphic National Development Series in Accra on Wednesday. Now, he assured that further engagement will take place to develop a new policy on media access to collation centers. Now, staying with the election, Nathan, the Otumfuo has been meeting with the president, and the Otumfuo is advising all of us to accept the verdict of Ghanaians, particularly political parties and political leaders. This story is on page 12 of the Times, and it says that Santino Otumfuo said to the second has urged candidates in the presidential and parliamentary elections to accept the verdict of Ghanaians when they decide on December 7. Quote, politicians should always understand that Ghana is bigger than any individual, so we should throw our support to whoever is declared winner at the end of the day. It's important we all ensure a peaceful election, as Santini said. He made the remark on the president, and Adodan Kwakwafado paid a courtesy call on him at Menshia on Tuesday.
Stay with the elections, and on page 3 of the Daily Guide, the head of operations training and peacekeeping with the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Kweku Dankwa Hagan, has stated that military personnel will be deployed at various flashpoints to ensure peace and security. He was speaking at the National Election Security Task Force meeting with UTAG yesterday, and Brigadier General Hagan said it was crucial for military personnel to secure electoral polling stations to ensure the integrity and transparency of the process while maintaining peace and order during elections, particularly in areas prone to violence and instability.
Meanwhile, political parties are to sign a peace pact today. The story with a photo of the two leading candidates. The National Peace Council will today, Thursday, November 28, meet with all political parties and their presidential candidates contesting the December poll to sign a peace pact to ensure a peaceful electoral process. Now, the agreement will require candidates to commit to maintaining peace before, during, and after the polls. An interview with Citi News, the chairman of the Peace Council, Dr. Ndu Jemfi, expressed optimism about the candidates' willingness to participate in the signing ceremony. Now, are there any election related? Otherwise, we go to campaign rather, where, for example, we have the Baumia buses. Chronicle leads with that.
Well, it is here at pages 2 and 3. This on page 3. And it says the Vice President, Dr. Baumia, has commissioned the first batch of electric buses for Metro Mass Transit Limited. The first batch of 100 buses, mainly for piloting, was commissioned on Wednesday, November 27. Addressing the gathering, the NPP's presidential candidate noted that the electric buses were to augment the operations of the Metro Mass Transit Limited and usher in a new era of innovation in the delivery of public transport services. And he stated that a new strategic business unit had been set up to ensure the efficient operation of the buses.
Do we know when?
Well,
they
some
start running?
details.
Yes.
Well, it says the pilot will be on 2 major routes: Adenta to Accra, Ashaiman to Accra. Using the e-bus from Accra to Adenta will cost 6 cedis, Accra to Ashaiman 8 cedis, Accra to Amasaman 7 cedis, and Oyibi to Accra 8 cedis. Passengers will need to load money on a card and slot it in a device fixed in the bus for the fare to be deducted.
Wonderful.
After which the gate will be open.
Somebody's obviously been listening to our suggestions on mobility, so good one there. Is there a Kaswa route as well?
No, from what
mentioned
I've read, no.
Adenta.
So Adenta to Accra and Ashaiman to Accra.
Well, it's a start. Now, Upper East Regional Minister has handed over a 500 capacity or bed capacity girls' dorm block to Navasco. This is Dr. Hafiz bin Sali. Tuesday, handed a 500 capacity 2-story girls' dorm block to the Navrongo Senior High School. The ultramodern 500 bed capacity facility, funded by the GET Fund, has been furnished with beds and toilets and urinals attached. Inaugurating the project in Navasco, the Navrongo municipality of the Upper East region. The regional minister said the support was a testament to government's relentless resolve to tackling educational challenges. Very good photograph here of the building, and it's going to ease the pressure on dormitories in that school. Let's come to the oil sector.
Yes, page 3 of the BNFT says the nation's oil production is expected to see a significant boost in 2025, following the successful completion of Springfield's better than expected month-long appraisal of the Afena 1X field located offshore in the Western region.
Right.
The recent appraisal, conducted with the assistance of the Deep Sea Bolster semi-submersible rig, sourced from Norwegian company Northern Ocean Limited, included a series of tests that have provided vital data for understanding the field's potential, with oversight from the GNPC and GNPC Explorco.
Okay.
Located 70 kilometers offshore in the Western region at a depth of 1,030 meters, the Afena 1X well was first drilled in 2019 and encountered light oil in the Cenomanian sandstones and gas slash condensate in the Turonian sand. So we'll see what this means, but it has a potential to boost Ghana's oil production.
A locally owned oil company, so that's pretty impressive. Now, the Channel 1 News has a very interesting story on Metro TV. Ignite Media condemns invasion of Metro TV premises by armed police. Now, this was quite bizarre yesterday whilst they were doing their morning program. In fact, at the time we're discussing
The
media attacks.
media
Now,
attacks.
Ignite Media Group, the parent company of Metro TV, has condemned the invasion of the television station's premises by armed police officers and a court bailiff. In a statement released on Wednesday, 27 November, the media group expresses its concern over the incident, describing it as a serious threat to press freedom and the safety of media partners in Ghana. Now, the incident took place around 9:30 a.m. at the Northridge office in Accra during a live broadcast of Good Morning Ghana program. Now, in a statement, the group revealed that this was not George Addo's first controversial attempt to execute a court judgment. So apparently there's some indebtedness issue. Last year, he allegedly led masked police officers in an effort to seize the vehicle of Good Morning Ghana host Dr. Randy Abbey, an attempt that failed after Dr. Randy Abbey resisted this. The latest incident caused a significant fear and panic among Metro TV staff and security personnel. Excessive force was reportedly used during the invasion, leaving a private security officer with a head injury. IGP Dr. George Dampari personally intervened to address the situation. He dispatched a team of police officers to restore order and directed the auctioneer, bailiff, and armed officers to leave the premises. So this had to do with a debt that had to be paid and some issues to do with a bailiff. But the way it happened during the live program, and we're discussing media freedom and all of that, it came out very, very poorly. So whoever thought of doing that with masked men on a live TV show, I don't know, discretion. You always say something about discretion.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
It be like Ghana, valor is the better part of everything. Now, a few more stories before we move on to the international scene. I just wanted to pick one or two more highlights for you.
Yeah.
And then I will come to the international scene. Pollsters demand or require support. So yesterday we had an interesting discussion with Musa Dankwa and Professor Smart Sapon. They are giving conflicting predictions on who's going to win. Both have different figures for who's going to win Ashanti. But an interesting thing was Professor Sapon saying we must empower local pollsters so we can get more quality polls generally. He voiced significant concern regarding the oversight of local pollsters who carry out election-related service in various regions and remote areas. He's the Director of Research and Innovation at Kumasi Technical Institute. In terms of prediction, he says Dr. Bawumia is in the lead and that he predicts a second round. Musa Dankwa predicts a one-touch for John Mahama. We have only 9 days to find out. So that's not such a big problem. Now, I'm going to give you this story from the BBC, which I think we should pay a bit more attention to. So Liz Uset is the BBC's senior correspondent, and then her story says nowhere else on earth are so many children fleeing war. And this essential part of the story is that there's been a 19-month-old war, civil war in Sudan, with 11 million Sudanese driven from one refugee point to the next. Now think about it, 11 million Sudanese, right? Returning to what is left of their homes and rebuilding their lives will be the biggest gift of all. But even now, finding food to survive is a daily battle, right? And we're talking kids. Some of them, their parents have been displaced. There's been famine in parts of the country. And the other thing is that the Africa Union international community doesn't seem to be doing too much or anything to sort this out, you know. So this is a call for us to go back to see if we can help resolve the Sudan conflict. Thank you very much, Nathan Kwao, and we will be back with the City Business News.
Oh, jump on go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the go be too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My party, when you wake up in the morning, and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work. But you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I did for you. If I believe I did your side. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 05500 32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Nash Caesar. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. My name is Nashi Kasiza. Coming up, Ghana's oil and gas industry is set to undergo major revolution following confirmation of the commercial viability of Springfield's Afina well. Also coming up, Bank of Ghana concludes its last monetary policy meetings for 2024. And later, energy sector players urge government to proceed cautiously with rollout of the electric vehicle transportation system. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Ghana's oil and gas industry is set to undergo a significant revolution. This follows the confirmation of the commercial viability of Springfield's Afina well after a successful appraisal of the well offshore West Cape Coast, Cape 3 Point, Ghana. The Afina well has confirmed significant oil and gas potential, with production tests indicating a maximum flow rate of 4,500 barrels of oil per day and an additional 12,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day in gas and condensate from a secondary reservoir. This achievement cements Springfield's position as the first independent Ghanaian and African energy company to operate a deep water asset and discover hydrocarbons. Ghana will now become a competitive player in the global energy market, attract investment, and will enhance revenue streams for the government. The CEO of Springfield, Kevin Autry, has been speaking about the next steps for the milestone.
We are extremely happy with the results of our appraisal program, which has further confirmed our understanding of our geological, geophysical, and reservoir models, and has demonstrated our operational capacity. Afina 1X is a vertical well. We are confident that a horizontal well or other well options that maximize reservoir exposure in the fields will deliver much higher production rates. This provides an incredible platform for reaffirming commercial development options for the Sedimentarian and the Turanian reservoirs. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Springfield team, the Northern Ocean Deep Sea Booster crew, and all the other service partners for conducting this activity safely and on schedule. I would further like to thank all the fishermen, Ghana Navy, Civil Aviation, Ghana Air Force, Petroleum Commission, GMPC, Ministry of Energy, and all the state institutions that help to make this a success. More importantly, I would like to thank all my brothers and sisters, all my Ghanaian brothers and sisters, all my African brothers and sisters who have been wishing us well and been hoping to see us succeed. I say thank you, and this is a success for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kevin Autry is CEO of Springfield. Now, the Bank of Ghana BOG has concluded its last monetary policy meetings for 2024. During the three-day meeting, discussions focused on assessing the current state of inflation and overall economic conditions. Market observers suggest that the current MPC rate of 27% is likely to be maintained given the elevated risk to the end-year inflation outlook. The new rate will be announced tomorrow, but this time, the chair of the Monetary Policy Committee and Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, would not announce the rate at the usual MPC press briefing, rather in a press statement which will be released on Friday. Moving on, 48% of companies listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange GSE are not yet complying with environmental, social and governance SEG reporting requirement. This is according to a recent survey by audit firm KPMG. Among those reporting on ESG, 52% have adopted sustainability disclosures, with 75% relying on parent companies' report, while only 25% disclose as standalone entities. More in the following report by Emmanuel Opon.
According to the survey, industries such as beverages, mobile telecommunications and oil and gas show full compliance, whereas mining and food production industries report non-compliance rates of 67 and 33% respectively. Key findings from the survey indicates that only 45% of listed companies have integrated sustainability into board responsibilities, while less than half have adopted global recognized standards like the Global Reporting Initiative or Sustainability Accounting Standards Boards. Carbon reduction targets are included in reports by about 45% of companies, signaling an emerging focus on climate action. However, only 39% consider biodiversity loss as a business risk. To bridge this gap, the report emphasizes actions such as stricter guidelines and incentives for ESG compliance, capacity building, materiality assessment, board-level commitment, and stakeholder engagement.
Emmanuel Opong with that report. Moving on, some stakeholders in the energy sector are urging the government to proceed cautiously with the rollout of the electric vehicle EV transportation system. They opine that given the country's heavy reliance on petroleum revenue and the current fossil fuel-based transport system, careful measures are needed to avoid disrupting the livelihoods of drivers and bus conductors who depend on fossil fuels. Their concerns come in response to the government's launch of the first fleet of electric vehicles, which promises to significantly reduce transportation costs and provide a cleaner alternative for movement in the capital. Benjamin Nsia is an energy analyst and the executive director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy.
It is good for us to introduce EVs in our system because global economies are transiting, new technologies are coming, and in the long run, that is going to be the source of transport across the world. And some of these technologies will also be introduced in our space. However, as a country, that also depends on petroleum process and also depends on levies on petroleum products. We need to tread cautiously in terms of rolling out this particular program extensively, because if you do it extensively, it's likely going to affect our ESLA levies, and that also affects our power sector and also ESLA bonds. So we need to trade cautiously in rolling out now. The second part with respect to competition also means that when EVs become very cheaper, it is likely going to drive ICEs out of market, and driving them out of market also means that it's like going to push a lot of some of these drivers and their owners into poverty and unemployment.
Benjamin Nsia is the Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Now, Samsung has unveiled its latest range of smart living and AI-powered appliances on the Ghanaian market. The innovative household products ranging from smart TVs, AI-driven washing machines to energy-efficient refrigerators are designed to integrate cutting-edge technology with everyday functionality to enhance convenience, improve customer experience, and meet modern lifestyles demand. Speaking after the launch of the Smart Connected by Samsung Smart Things, Product Marketing Manager for Consumer Electronics at Samsung's Electronics West Africa, Maxwella Agudeche, said the introduction of these new products is to strengthen Samsung's presence in Ghana's competitive home appliance market.
The world is going smart. The world is becoming more intelligent with the new introduction of AI and all its accompanying technologies. So we are just here to show with the things we have, what we can offer to anybody who wants to build a customized and personalized smart home. And what we know is that all our products have been embedded with AI technology. From our air conditioners to our TVs to our washing machines and fridges, they've all been embedded with AI. They also learn your preferences. So then now your house becomes truly customized to you, and then also makes life simpler for you. Anytime you enter your house, it's not now you're going to, oh my God, how can I put all these things on? You're tired. Just one tap, everything is on. And this is Samsung's entry into this. For Ghana, we want to push it as much as we can. This is our first stop or our first setup of the Smart Things Zone. As time goes on, we would be making more Smart Things Zone.
Maxwella Agudiche is Product Marketing Manager for Consumer Electronics at Samsung Electronics West Africa. Let's now have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. And the dollar could be sold to you at 16 cedis 40 pesos. The British pound could be sold to you at 20 cedis 50 pesos. And the euro is going for 17 cedis 30 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Siza. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Joy energy.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Ratchet. Mommy my rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial *770# for money emergencies and chop life.
For emergency access to your bank accounts, transfers, utility payments, loans, and more. Dial *770#. Bank on the go even without data with EcoBank's short code for digital banking. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectors Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectors Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, surely a Greek and more.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
L to the A to the L to the A. La, la. Normally I be good person. What's it happen? Big question. I've been on my obsession. Normally that's
unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I said the romancing. Yeah.
Coming up next, 7:17 first. Let's check the time. 7:17 on a Thursday morning. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. Kickoff is next, but first, the City Business News was brought to us by EcoBank. Star 770 hash is the new EcoBank money emergency number. If you get some problem with money, just dial that number. You'll be able to sort yourself out. No need to panic in any money emergency situation. Just dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. Kickoff is coming up next. Bernard Abequatri is here. Kickoff is brought to us by Shell V Power. It's the only fuel that can deliver unbeatable performance. So why settle for anything less? Fuel up with Shell V Power and make your engine unbeatable. Shell, go well. Zonda Ghana is also bringing us Kickoff. Is your one-stop shop for quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, rollers, power pickups, oil tanks. All of them are made and assembled right here in Ghana. Get in touch with Zonda Ghana on 0501 772222. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. Polytank is also bringing us Kickoff. 30 years in the business, they are trusted by generations. Is the first, best, and certainly the original. Don't waste your money on some inferior brand and regret. Polytank near Papa Nini. Okay, let's get into Kickoff now with Bernard Abequatri.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Virgil van Dijk in the middle, running in the San Siro. And Cody Gakpo is there to meet it! The 100%ers in the UEFA Champions League 2024-2025.
Now, Liverpool are the only team with a perfect record in this year's Champions League after beating title holders Real Madrid 2-0 in their heavyweight clash at Anfield last night. We'll review that match and more of that from the night of drama, the UEFA Champions League, and this.
What it takes to be a great football team or a great football nation is to work hard and put your house into order.
The maestro Abedi Ayupele is the latest to share his thoughts on the ongoing woes of the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. More from the former Black Stars skipper. All of that plus some updates from the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association's meeting with the Black Stars head coach Otoado. Recall that show is proudly brought to you by Shell V Power, Shell, Zonda GH, and Polytank Ghana, Papa Nuni. Let's now start with a night of drama, the UEFA Champions League. Well, in England, Aston Villa were denied victory over Juventus in the Champions League as Morgan Rogers' stoppage time goal was ruled out. Unai Emery's side ended a 4-game losing run with a draw against Crystal Palace in the Premier League on Saturday, but they have not tasted victory since a 2-0 win over Bologna 5 weeks ago.
A draw at home, but you must be so aggrieved by how it ended, that Morgan Rogers' goal being disallowed. Your thoughts on that?
Good evening. Very happy because we got 1 point, but we played really being very, very competitive, and we played very serious, and we respect the opponent, and as well we were dominating some of the match to try to get 3 points. And the last action is clear, is the interpretation of the referee, only the interpretation. We know here in England 80% is not fault, and maybe in Europe is fault.
Very harsh then.
Unai Emery is the Aston Villa manager. In Germany, Jamie Gittins continued on his impressive Champions League form as he helped fire Borussia Dortmund to victory at Dynamo Zagreb. The 20-year-old Englishman picked out the top corner with a sweet strike from the edge of the area just before halftime as the German side moved back into 8 automatic qualification places for the round of 16. Angel Di Maria provided 2 late assists as Benfica came from behind to claim a dramatic victory at Monaco. On loan, Burnley forward Zeki came off the bench to score an 88-minute winner to break the hearts of a 10-man Monaco. PSV Eindhoven scored 3 goals after the 86th minute, including the 95th minute winner to recover from a 2-0 down and beat Shakhtar Donetsk in a remarkable match in the Champions League. It meant PSV became the first ever team to win a Champions League match despite being 2 goals down in the 86th minute. The result also stretched the Dutch champions' impressive unbeaten run at home to 47 matches. Elsewhere, Liverpool finally ended their Real Madrid curse as they maintained their flawless Champions League record with a fully deserved victory in a thrilling encounter at Anfield. Alexis McAllister and Cody Gakpo were the men to get Liverpool the 2 goals at Anfield.
I wouldn't say it's the same as any other one, because you know how special it is to play against a club that won this Champions League so many times and are the reigning champions as well. Dominated Europe for the last few years. We're a pain in the ass for Liverpool many times as well. So we knew it was a big week, but I said if this week is over, next week is a big week again. We have Newcastle and Everton. So, but I think it's not only the result, also the way we played is, it's pleasing to see.
You've been here obviously, and you obviously your intentions are to do well and to win games, sure, etc. But you're here a few months now. Are you ahead of schedule in your own mind?
I didn't have a schedule in terms of amount of points. I think if you start at a new club, you want to implement your playing style as fast as possible. That was not that difficult because the playing style is so similar to Jurgen's.
We heard from the Liverpool boss, Arne Slot. Let's hear from Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham after they lost to Liverpool.
Jude, a disappointing night for you guys out there. What didn't go Real Madrid's way?
I think, to be fair, from the first minute they probably just took control of the game. We never really maximised the spells that we had in possession. You know, when we got the ball back, I think we probably tried to force the counter-attack a few too many times and turned it over so much that they managed to keep control. Defensively, they kept us in a place where we couldn't really harm them as much. And yeah, I just think they were more up for it than us, to be honest, which is really disappointing to say. But you know, it's a bad result against probably the best performing team in Europe. You know, it's no disgrace to come here and lose, but we are disappointed in how we performed. And the important thing is we use it the right way now. You know, we've got 3 games left in the group, and it's important that we go and try and win all of them to give ourselves a best possible chance in the standings. You know?
Away from the night of drama, let's move to the Europa League. Later tonight is Anderlecht up against Porto at 5:45 p.m. Braga take on Hoffenheim. Manchester United up against Bordeaux and Glimt. And Real Sociedad face Ajax. Slavia Prague versus Fenerbahce. And of course, Tottenham Hotspur versus AS Roma at 8 p.m. In the Conference League, Chelsea are on the way to make sure they face the German side, Heidenheim, later on at 5:45 p.m. Or the Chelsea faithfuls hoping they can pick a victory in there. At Leicester City, Ruud van Nistelrooy is expected to accept an offer from Leicester City to become their new manager and should be in charge for their game against Brentford on Saturday. It is thought Van Nistelrooy is currently at home in the net as in Netherlands, but his appointment could be confirmed quickly. Now let's stay here in Ghana. The Ghana Football Association remains at an impasse regarding the future of the Black Stars head coach Otoado following its executive council meeting on Wednesday. The governing body's influential decision-making body has decided to seek further consultation, including input from political figures, before arriving at a final decision about the former Borussia Dortmund assistant coach Turner. Discussions during Wednesday's meeting revealed a split within the council over Ado's fate, stemming from his inability to secure qualification for the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco, while some council members supported his dismissal, citing his failure to meet the agreed key performance indicators at the preferred a more cautious approach. Meanwhile, former Black Stars captain Abedi Ayupele has called on the Ghana Football Association to put its house in order after back-to-back AFCON failures in the last couple of years.
I think time changes in all, and this, we are talking about 3 decades. So whatever it is, we shouldn't look back. We should just look forward and work very hard to achieve whatever we want to achieve. What it takes to be a great football team or a great football nation is to work hard and put your house into order and make sure that you get results. And that is all that it takes to be a good team in all over the world. Put your house together.
Away from the maestro, we stay with the Ghana Football Association still, because the Ghana Football Association has informed its members, stakeholders, and the general public that all competitions will take a scheduled break after this weekend matches to allow participants in football to fulfill their civic responsibilities during the general elections on December 7. Matches in the Ghana Premier League, the Access Bank Division 1 League, and the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League will resume on the weekend of Friday, that's December 13, 2024. Speaking about the MTN FA Cup, Bill Senata, who is the chairman, has announced that this year's tournament will continue to emphasize zonal pairings, aiming to create more regional derbies and enhance local rivalries. He spoke with Nathan Kwao on Football Made in Ghana.
Sky FC is playing second knee 11 white. It's a huge local derby. Mediama is playing Zima Kotoko, and Mediama is an Zima club based in Tapa. So when they play any of the smart teams, it's a massive. So we got a lot of very exciting pairings.
Well, let's finish off with some Formula One news. The Italian Grand Prix at Monza will remain on the Formula One schedule until at least 2031. And that will be your sport. For more sports stories, log on to citisportonline.com. I am Bernard Baker. Thanks to Shell V Power, Shell, Zonda GH, Polytank, Ghana, Papa Nunye. Sports is life. Get involved.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see you go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too. Hey,
but you don't see, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know they maintain bikes at all.
His problem is he put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil, where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch, and brake. Where no. Wait me, I no go tell him. I no go tell him, Shell. Hey, well, hey, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey, visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Papa Nunye, Papa Nunye, Papa Naka Messi, Papa Nunye only one Polita, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only Polita. Papa Nunye, Accra Plumbers, say so.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now. I just got awarded a deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4-land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks, made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sale service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Aflao Road. Call 0501 772 222 or 0501 773 333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
Everywhere you go, big goal for the friends and the family. Big goal, refreshing moment. Big goal for the kids and the adults. Big goal, boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal, everywhere the party day. Big goal, we go mash up the place with it. Big goal, greatest in every battle. Big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal, big goal. Big refreshing moments.
Big old drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Fastel, what's the package?
It's a jewelry. Grandma's 90th birthday gift. It cannot be late.
Don't worry, Fastel's on it.
But is your driver vetted?
We're more than vetted. Fastel couriers are rated, tracked, and trusted. You'll get real-time updates from pickup to delivery confirmation.
I can choose my courier and get multiple codes all in one place?
Exactly. We've got couriers competing to deliver your expensive jewelry.
I just got a notification. The jewelry is delivered.
For every parcel, every need, Fastel's got your back. To register as a sender or a courier with Fastel, log on to fastel.com.gh or call 0303 958 303. And as a courier, this is an opportunity to even make more money. Fastel Limited. More options, more savings, great satisfaction.
Bold solution for the future.
On December 7th, let's vote number 1. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia. Estroho.
Santopia is offering up to 30% off your favorite fragrances, skincare, and makeup from 29th November to 1st December on all in-store purchases. Opening from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Visit any of the 9 stores located at Accra Mall, Achimota Mall, West Hills Mall, Osu Mall, ANC Mall, Palace Mall, Spintex Road, Junction Mall, Kempinski Galleria Mall, and Kumasi City Mall in Kumasi. Don't miss out on this Black Friday sale. For more details, call or WhatsApp 0552 772 018. Santopia, a scent for every occasion.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Cash, cold, that's what I need.
Citi Breakfast Show, 28th November. And this morning, there's a lot to talk about on the show today. Send us a voice note or a WhatsApp message, 0549986996. A few quick dedications coming through for the morning. Good morning, Bernard. Wish my Mrs. Boss, Sandra Dujinfie, Japan, General Counsel for Danone Ghana and French West Africa, Company Secretary, a happy blessed birthday. Welcome to the 4th floor from Wajabs and the kids, Abena Kwame and Kwejo. Wajabs is my mate. Charlie Wajabs, your wife.
The
corporate law part, you can relax.
This one, you are part of the power couples of the year.
You just choke.
Because you are not a small boy. Hey, she is the general counsel for Danone Ghana and French West Africa, company secretary, and she has joined the 4th floor. So, Kwame Japan and your kids Abena, Kwame and Kojo, wishing you a happy birthday. Happy 80th to an amazing husband, father, grandfather, and mentor and friend, Edmond Michael Date Akrofi. We celebrate you and the incredible impact of your love, kindness, wisdom, and generosity. 8 decades of humility have shaped us into who we are today. We're grateful for the shared memories, lessons, and many more years of joy and good health. With love from your wife, Augustina, children, Edmond, Dorothy, Enoch, and Patience Akrofi, in-laws, and grandchildren. Oh my goodness, I like this. A few people are complaining about traffic. I'll deal with that shortly. But good morning, Bernard. Please, today is the birthday of Ascona Osei of Christ the King Methodist Ebenezer Down, Dansoman. This is your area. Where is Ebenezer Down? Is it Ebenezer Secondary School Down? Anyway, Ebenezer Down.
Presby, Ebenezer Methodist.
So Christ the King Methodist Ebenezer Down.
Then
Dansoman. Shall
okay, Ebenezer Down. Okay, then that means Ebenezer Secondary School.
May his blessings flow in ceaseless praise and grace abound on you from your children Enu Afrakuma, Ohima Dufie, Obrimpong and Oketechie, Annabella, Mrs. Osei, and all members of Christ the King Methodist Society to Ascona. This is Samuel Seth Pasa, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Please wish my wife, Mrs. Henrietta Ekufubia Pasa. Ekufubia is a Kwapim name. I'm not alright. Ekufubia Pasa, a super duper happy birthday. Today, 28th November, is her birthday. I bless the Lord for the day I found you. Hey. Samuel said Pasa to his wife, Mrs. Henrietta Ekufubia. Nathan.
Yep.
Add something.
Yes.
I
have some here. This one is from my classmate from Accra Academy, Eugene Adams. Today, his dad, John Adams, turned 71.
Right.
So Eugene is sending birthday wishes to his father, John Adams, who is at Tudu. He's also wishing Prosper Anku of Taifa a happy 70th birthday. This is coming from my very good friend Eugene Adams. And happy birthday to Julia Tometi of the UPSA. She's an ardent listener of the show. So Julia, happy birthday to you.
So Godfred, what happened at Flower Pot last week with the traffic build-up seems to be happening now at Obechebelamte. So it seems as if when you are getting closer to finishing the road, it becomes more annoying.
Bernard!
Hello, City. Good morning. The traffic situation at Obechebelamte Circle. So if there is the contractor and the government agency in charge of the project saying this is the best way to manage the traffic flow, can't they open space at the STC junction by temporarily removing the concrete median to divert traffic from the Ring Road to Graphic Road? Why do we do such hideous things to tax-paying citizens? Currently, it takes minimum 1 hour from Awudome to get to Obechebelamte overpass. Bro, this is a distance of less than 500 meters. You cannot turn to Graphic Road. You cannot go to Kolebu. Everybody is forced to go all the way to Kanesi First Light before you can make a U-turn back to Graphic Road.
Yes.
So why doesn't the person use that's
Keresh Galvao.
Why don't they use why didn't they use TV Africa side? You get it? You know
that route.
TV Africa to get to Farm Milk. Let me read this again. This is very sad. Okay, the guy says it takes a minimum of 1 hour from Awudome to get to Obechebelamte overpass. You cannot turn to Graphic Road. You cannot go to Kolebu. Everybody is forced to go all the way to Kanesi First Light before you can make a U-turn back to Graphic Road. Why? And then another person has posted something on Facebook. He says, this is Big Godwin Mate. This is not funny. I have spent over 2 hours on standstill between Royal House Chapel and Obechebelamte Circle. Yes, 2 expletive hours within just Ahimfie and the roundabout. Avoid this route now if you are coming to this direction. except you have a mattress, duvet, stove, bathroom, shower, DSTV, and microwave.
And your car has petrol.
All right, Fred, if you can call the people managing the project to tell us.
It's Kires Galva.
Yeah, but they usually have a spokesperson on this because, I suspect, without
have to call Mr. Nasir again.
I suspect that they would commission this road before the election.
Next week.
So they are having to finish it by all means possible.
Next week.
And sometimes it means they have to cause this kind of inconvenience. I'm not justifying it. I'm just speculating at this point. So commiserations to all of you in traffic on the Bichi Bilamte Road. I'll come to you on a couple of things.
I have thoughts.
I'll come to you on that. I'll come to you on that. Yeah, but this is Arrested Development with a song called Mr. Wendell. Now, if you're looking for litigation-free land, contact Royal Kingdom Estate. We specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and more. With properties in prime places like Ebri and Accra, land starts at 90,000 cedis. We offer flexible payment plans, affordable homes ranging from 2-bedroom and premium furnished apartments for short rentals at East Airport. Visit us at Cantonment, opposite Soul Clinic International School, or call 055-755-5909. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. It's that time of the year again when we are all thinking of what to get for our families, friends, and loved ones, especially when everything is now so expensive. With SG Ghana Visa card, things are about to get amazing. SG Ghana is giving you back cash every time you shop with your SG Visa card from now to end December this year. Use your SG Ghana Visa card to make payments at your favorite supermarket, retail shop, to buy fuel, pay online or anywhere with our Visa POS terminal, and get a percentage of what you spend paid back to you. It's really that simple and amazing. Get ready to spend more because SG Ghana is giving you cash back. SG Ghana, Societe Generale, the future is you. And listen up, own the rugged and reliable Volkswagen Amarok manual transmission, 2.0 liter diesel engine, delivering an impressive 132 kilowatt of power. Now available at an unbeatable price of just 540,000 cedis. This offer is available while stocks last. So call or WhatsApp Universal Motors 0544 338-804. Secure your Amarok now.
The inauguration is tomorrow. Then today I don't go home. I'll walk.
Oh, the inauguration is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so I'll just walk. Today when I'm close from work, I'll just pick my things and start walking.
But have they finished it?
You know, I wanted to say something about the road. The one that takes you from Kaneshie to Graphic Road, the gradient of the overpass. You know, you're from Graphic Road and you're going to industrial area. It's too steep.
Yes.
Of course, the new one is a bit longer. And can you describe that roundabout? I don't know what they are doing. So those coming from, like, say, Kolebu, they are going over or they pass under?
I don't know.
Oh, you use it, you don't know? I don't know. But you use that every day.
I think Kolebu you pass over it, unless of course.
So Kolebu to Circle you pass over,
that's right.
unless you are going into, say, and then those coming from. So that's the first level at the top. Then the middle level is those from First Light to Graphic Road. And then those from Circle going to say Abosokai proper will pass under. It's very high.
It is very high.
Very high.
I mean, it's a major project there. I think the intervening properties you have there, and the enclave, the Abosokai space, the Pamplum place, all of those places. I think they've constructed how properly to have developed that particular, because it should have been much bigger than that. Ideally, but
it's true.
Yeah, it would require a lot of compensation, investment to relocate people
because of the way the place is densely.
densely
Yeah, but that do we not see a potential problem there? Because this is supposed to, especially if Graphic Road through to the Kaneshie side, to join from Kaneshie Graphic Road, from Ahimfie, if you decide to go through down Abosokai.
Are you seeing traffic bottlenecks?
Yeah, brother, it's Abosokai. It's Abosokai.
No, but they are taking the traffic away. So those who are going to Kolebu will pass over. Those who are going to...
So there will be no stops?
The trotters will pass down, but the non-trotters will go up.
Yeah, I'm talking about the down.
Yeah, but once you remove about half of the guys who pass at the top, like I'll give an example. Now that you go to a flower pot used to be choked at the bottom. Now the guys going to East Legon and Tema, they pass over. All right. So when you do that, only about half of the cars now pass under. So it reduces the traffic.
Yeah, but
it's the discipline of the trotro drivers that will cause the problem.
They need to remove all of.
But there's
or the shops are too close to the road.
Flower Pot doesn't have Kaneshi Market in the neighborhood, and doesn't have Abusioka in the same space, and doesn't have Pamplum in the same space.
So why should they remove them?
Because they are the reasons why we have the traffic situations in those areas. They stop anyhow.
The trotro guys.
Yeah, the trotro guys.
But it's not. It's their behavior. It's not the removal. It's the behavior of the drivers. It's
No.
not the,
So let me ask you a question. How if you are once it's done, if you are going to Abusioka,
yeah,
where will you park?
Depends on where you're coming from.
That is why Abusioka should not even be there.
No, hold on. If you're coming from Dansoman to Abusioka, I'll give you 3 entries.
Okay.
You can use Zongo.
Which Zongo?
Zongo Junction, former ICGC side.
ICGC, I've seen where
then
you're
when you
coming
come, then you do a roundabout.
That means you're
under the overpass.
Do you know how choked
No,
it
that's
will be?
one. Number 2, you can pass from. I'm giving you the
Just giving you the
You are coming from First Light. From First Light, there's Kanisi First, Kanisi Second. After Kanisi Second, there are some banks on your right. The road will bear right into Abusioka from that side, so you can enter Abusioka from there.
But the bank workers also pass there. There are transport yards. There are like 4 or 5 different transport yards. The 4th transport yard is in that enclave. The sprinters are in that enclave.
The Pamplo area, all of those.
Yeah, but what's your problem?
No, I'm just saying.
Problem.
No, I'm just saying. Do you not foresee the interchange becoming a regular route soon because of that human activity in that area? Because you have Kaneshi.
See,
if you are going to Kaneshi, if you get down, Kaneshi, because even on a regular.
So are you suggesting that Kaneshi also needs an overpass?
No, I'm not suggesting Kaneshi. I'm just saying that we need better enforcement of the area.
We need to stop the lawlessness of drivers.
Yes, that's the area.
And relocate.
Relocate who?
But I don't I know that people do a lot of great business at Abusioka.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't believe that they should be maintained there. They have to be relocated.
You think that location is not good?
It's not good.
You know, Henry Cote tried to move them to he wanted to take them to the eastern part of Accra.
Okay.
This was like a year ago. They didn't agree.
Yeah, but
he actually found a space.
They have to agree. Because it's a whole mess there. Then you have this Takrady station, that is Takrady, Cape Coast, Winneba station.
In the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's in the middle.
Why should Abusioka move?
Abusioka, it's one of the major reasons why people go to that side of town.
Yeah.
And park anyhow.
But okay, so this is what I'll say. Are you saying that the way the location of Abusioka is the problem?
Yeah.
No, we are just saying
because it's too close to Kaneshi Market.
It's Abusioka, Kaneshi. What we are describing for you is there are 4 or 5 high traffic areas.
Right.
Not forgetting that even that there was the Onion Market and go behind
in that enclave. So if you don't deal with it, so for instance, when you have the persons who are from the Kaswa side, right, who are looking to get on the overhead, sometimes because that thing is supposed to be smooth on a road like that, you're only supposed to have so many stops, but because of the transport stations on the right side, markets on the right side and left side, you have people looking to cross both up and down. Some use the footbridge, some don't.
They jump over the wall.
And so we just need.
So Sky is asking for a relocation solution. I'm saying that an enforcement solution. Let's talk to Engineer Owusu Setre, entry consultant on Obechebe flyover. Engineer, thanks for talking to us.
Just before you go, somebody says he tried the TV Africa route you suggested. Says don't try.
It's true.
It says don't try.
The roads are small.
All right, let's talk to Engineer Owusu Setre, entry. Engineer, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks. I'm sure you are busy because we are close to commissioning or inaugurating tomorrow. Are you on course for the project to finish and be commissioned tomorrow?
Yeah, we are on course for the commissioning tomorrow.
Wonderful. Can you describe how the road will work when it's done? Basically, from where to where? How are we going to move from Circle to Kolebu, from First Light to wherever? Just describe how it's going to work.
Okay. Now, the project has been in 2 phases. The first phase was the bridge from Graphic Road towards the Kaneshi Market. That was commissioned about 4 years ago in 2020. Right. Now, the second phase is the bridge from Circle towards Kolebu. And then the groundworks. When we say the groundworks, it means the roads and then the drainage structures. Now, the bridge has been completed, and another thing, the groundworks we're almost through with it. And we are doing a commissioning tomorrow. Once it's commissioned, it means traveling from Circle to Kolebu, you just drive over the top, like that's the third tier, and then straight on to Kolebu. From Graphic towards Kaswa, Kalish Market, you use the lower, that's the middle tier, and you also travel through. Now, the ground tier, or the ground where you call it, that's where the roundabout is. That's what you use to change direction.
Wonderful. Right. So that's for those who are coming from Circle who want to probably go to Aboso Kai or go to Kaneshi Market. They will use the roundabout at the bottom.
Excellent. That's correct.
There's what about Mpamprum? You know, when you are from Graphic Road to Kaneshi, that road sometimes has a bit of traffic. Are you sort of expanding that road in any way? Are you blocking the entry point? Because there was some traffic light at Mpamprum before you even get to Kaneshi first and all of those. What are you doing around those areas?
Right. The Mpamprum junction. Now, from Mpamprum, you cannot turn left to Obechebilamte Circle any longer. From Mpamprum, you can only make a right turn. Now, going towards Mpamprum, you only have to use the roundabout and then turn right to that section. You cannot, there's no left turn. It's only right in, right out.
Wonderful. The project at, I'll talk about traffic, but the project at Flower Pot tried to prevent encroachment by hawkers by putting some barriers and things in there so that the place can be more aesthetically nice. This project is in a very densely populated area, Kaneshi Market, commercial area, right? You have Abose Okai is not even far from the market near ICGC. Are you planning to do anything to prevent the type of hawking, selling situation that inevitably affects the work?
That has always been a challenge to us. The runabout itself, we're planning to fence the runabout. Okay, the before the construction of the project, Obechi Ebilamte statue was removed. We will be reinstalling it back to its position, not exactly where it was, but we are going to put it within the runabout, and then we'll fence the runabout, but we'll make allowance for people who want to visit and read anything on the statue can just have a walk through and go through. The other places, what we're doing is we have walkways. The walkways, we are raising the walkways such that vehicles will not be able to climb onto the walkways. So basically, that's what we're looking at, and that's what we've been doing with the construction of the walkways. Yes.
A lot of listeners have complained about serious traffic this morning from Awudome towards the roundabout Ahimfie side, and they are saying that they have to go as far as First Light to make a U-turn before they can get to Graphic Road. Is there a special issue today? What's happening this morning causing that much traffic?
It's not only today that we've had that problem, the whole of this week, because we are now doing the work within the runabout. And doing the work now, you'll be doing some excavations, earthworks and other things. We are laying asphalt. So that's why we've had to block that section. So they can only come and then turn right towards Mpamprum. Now, those going to Kolebu are advised not to get there at all because there's no way through to Kolebu.
But so, if I'm coming from Awudome and I'm going to Circle, couldn't it have been possible to do a temporary U-turn or something so I even avoid getting to Ahimfie side completely? As a temporary
right. It's very unfortunate. There's no U-turn for you. So coming from Awudome, we advise you go behind Awudome cemetery towards what's the name of this other radio station? Is it Africa?
Yeah, TV Africa.
TV Africa, yes. You have to use the TV Africa route.
That's also choked this morning.
It's very unfortunate, but I'm just hoping after tomorrow's commissioning, the traffic will be flowing nicely. We are currently seriously working. We'll be working day and night.
So, but have you informed road users of this inconvenience?
Yes, we did some general announcement some time back that because of the construction, as much as possible, road users should avoid the construction area. We did some announcement some time back. I'm sure Citi also helped us in that announcement. But that was some time back. And, because of the way the thing is, the direction keeps changing. As and when we have to work here, then it keeps moving. So we cannot be doing announcements every day or something like that. So we did some general announcements some time back to inform motorists. That is the station. I apologize for
a few quick questions before you go. I know when it rained in May this year, I went for a program at Ahimfie and it had rained and the place was flooded. Now, I wonder whether after you finish, you can guarantee that the floods in that area will not recur, because it seems to be a flood-prone area, at least Ahimfie into the roundabout side. Seems to be very... Are you aware and any thoughts around rain and what it will cost the place?
Right, we are aware of that. The project is being undertaken by Ministry of Roads and Highways. Ministry of Roads and Highways is not in charge of construction of storm drains. That's the work of Works and Housing. But under this particular project, there's been coordination between Ministry of Works and Housing and Ministry of Roads and Highways. So what has happened is we've had to construct huge storm drains under the road and within our project area. Now, Works and Housing is undertaking a project. I don't know whether I've heard of GARIT, Greater Accra Resilience Improvement Government. That is going to continue what we've done. What we did was we had to construct the storm drains that fall within our project area. So they are coming from First Light to come and join us, and then they discharge into the Odo River and other things. So basically, after the construction of the GARIT project, the flooding level will seriously go down. Even with the construction of what we have done so far, the flooding situation has improved, and those there can testify to that, because we've had some recommendations from them. Yeah.
Finally, one of the things we expect when roads are built is that traffic flows more freely. There's a fear that because of the location of Kaneshie Market, Abose Okai, and the dense commercial activities in that area, traffic may not change much, especially because there's a lot of lawlessness in the way people drive, and the location of the bus stops also don't help. From an engineering perspective, how do you think, beyond this beautiful project, what engineering needs to be done to ensure the free flow of traffic? Because if you do this big project and tomorrow morning we are still stuck there in traffic, obviously it's cost 90, right? So is there an engineering solution? Is it moving people? Is it relocating bus stops? Or is it more an enforcement question? What are your thoughts on that?
Right, so let's look at the two scenarios. From Circle towards Kolibu, that one, it will flow. The only obstacle that we might have will be the Oblogo Junction, that is Zongo Junction. Okay, but that doesn't push so much traffic, so that will flow. Our major problem is the Kaneshie Market area. The bus stops created have now been turned into terminals for intercity, not intracity. You get it. We have trotros there, fine. We also have buses there loading to Takoradi, loading to Cape Coast, and they are all parked on the road. The road with the lanes in that section is about 5. They've taken over, in some of the places, they've even taken over 4. So it's a serious problem, an enforcement problem. And then where we have the station, it's a difficult situation anyway.
Can you not engineer behavior? I'll give you an example. When I was in Lagos,
right,
the outer lanes are separated from the inner lanes by strong concrete. So once you get on the outer lane, you can't get on the highway again. It's basically impossible because they know their people. So they've engineered the road such that lawlessness and indiscipline will not work. When they did their BRT routes, they engineered it in a sense that they know that their drivers are some way. So based on the situation we have, I suspect there could be an engineering solution. If they've taken over part of the road, you probably put some barriers, some things that will ensure that they will not come there. Because the way Ghanaian traders and drivers behave generally, and we all admit this, sometimes it doesn't fit into the beauty of the project we've done. And then innocent law-abiding citizens rather suffer. You saw somebody go and pound fufu on the Opokwasi interchange until it was so people generally do what they would. So maybe the position should be now we will engineer like they did at Flower Pot, we will engineer the behavior so that even if the police don't tell you whatever, based on the engineering, it will be almost impossible for you to misbehave. Maybe that's where you guys should be going with your constructions. I don't know.
You're right. But all these things come with a cost anyway. But it's always possible. Just take the Ashmoto of Anchor. Okay? Traveling towards Ofankor, it's barricaded for only vehicles traveling towards Amasam. You get it. So you don't have the restricted ones. You don't have. Despite that, you still have people even jumping over just to cross to the other side. And a few times you find vehicles that are parked in that particular inner lane. But what you're saying is true. It's very unfortunate. I believe sometimes it's the enforcement and our behavior.
My final question, sir, are you on cost and are you on time? Is the project on cost and is it according to the timing you planned from the beginning?
We've actually had some delays. Okay, but luckily for us, the client or the employer gave us extension of time, and we are working within the extension of time. Yes.
Well done. Thank you. So we hope to see by the what time are they inaugurating tomorrow? Morning, afternoon, evening? Do you know?
In the morning, 9 o'clock.
Traffic. Then tomorrow,
Yeah, so
maybe tomorrow. So tomorrow we should just
you.
ove that route for tomorrow morning. Because of the
okay.
Okay, thank you. Engineer Usu Entry is the consultant on the Obechebilante flyover, giving some useful insights there. They are commissioning it or they are launching it tomorrow. So please tomorrow don't use the pass another place.
He says that the traffic situation is so bad.
Oh, we are so sorry.
And that he had to make a turn at Atiko, now coming through the TV Africa area. But it's not easy on.
I'm walking home today.
You know, because those areas, the roads are really narrow.
Pass Tesano and
then go to Kaukudi.
And go to first line.
Yes.
And then
appear. No, I have to pass through Kaukudi first and then climb up. Yes. It's like a Kokompe. And then climb up.
Yes. So if you are going, don't even try. Let's do tech and social media trends. I apologize for the late segment because of course the interview came in at the time we got him. So exciting times from Telecel. Get connected for less with our discounted MiFi device at a price of only 500 cedis and get 10 gigabyte data free. For all your internet connectivity concerns, this portable Wi-Fi solution from Telecel's got you covered. It's perfect for seamless browsing, streaming, and staying connected on the go. Don't miss out on this limited time offer from Telecel. Telecel, connecting energies. And sending money to friends in Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, or to business partners has never been this easy. Through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, the PAPS, you can send and receive money from these countries for business and personal use. Visit any First Bank Ghana branch with your cash and your money is transferred in no time. Call 059-692-1921. So Nathan will give us a belated tech and social media trends.
Yes, let's get into the trends. Let's start locally. So Metro TV, Randy Abe, Good Morning Ghana, related themes in the trends. We all know the story. Metro TV, some armed men were there with a court bailiff, as the story turns out. So people are talking a lot about that particular episode. People are wondering why this is happening, why are armed men storming Metro TV. And Bernard, you read a statement from the parent company of Metro TV also condemning what happened at their premises yesterday. The EC is still in the trend. EC is in the trend. People are talking about the EC's intended or the plan they had before, because some reports say they've now reversed. They wanted to limit media access to collation centers and all of that. To some sporting matters in the trends, hashtag Liverpool Real Madrid is trending, Mbappe trending, Bradley trending, Courtois trending, Mendy and all of that. Anna Slot is also trending. The slot machine is working. And Liverpool's goalkeeper Callagher is also trending. He saved Mbappe's penalty.
The guy has. We don't even know that our number one keeper is not fit. The guy they catch you.
Liverpool looking really, really good in terms of the Champions League. They are the first team to qualify from the new groups, the new initial group stage.
The top 8 qualify.
So the top 8 will qualify.
Then the 9th to the 24th, they will play a playoff knockout
to determine the other 8 that will join the first 8.
Then the competition
8. Then the competition continues as we know
and that 8 versus 8 is
round
now
of
knockout.
16. Yes, round of 16. Then we continue as we know it.
So number 9 to number 24 Will it be 2 legs or 1 leg?
I think it will be a leg. I'll have to go through the formality.
So,
but
if you don't want to do that play of just being the first 8,
and then you save yourself all the wahala.
And then you are seated based on position.
Yes. And all of that.
Happening.
So some tech news quickly. And this week, the BBC started a campaign. It's called the Scam Safe Week. Now, what they did today was to test AI's ability to clone human voices. What they discovered was that some of the technology is so high grade that people struggled to see the difference between an AI generated voice and a proper voice. Now, the reporter who has been looking at this is a reporter called Sharival, and she was speaking with some tech people, and they managed to clone her own voice from interviews she had done on radio. So the creator of the cloning device, called Martin Lewis. I'm trying to get it. Anyway, so what they did was that they took snippets of her voice and used it to teach the AI. So it generated her voice, and they played the 2 voices to her colleagues, and most of them struggled to tell the difference between her voice and this AI generated voice. And they are using it to test banks' security, to see how well these security systems will hold up against AI generated voices in the UK. So it's something that they've been talking about very often, and they are the boundaries, or we are now pushing the envelope and pushing the boundaries in terms of AI and what it can do, and what it can generate.
Looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank be no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody seek a think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I sent the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized, and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Guess who is turning 10? The Junction Mall is celebrating a decade of unforgettable moments, unbeatable shopping, and your favorite events.
Join us for our 10th anniversary with unbelievable discounts, exciting events, and special giveaways just for you. Whether you're shopping, dining, or spending time with a family, there is something for everyone. From our loyal customers to our amazing stores, this celebration is for you. Come make memories with us as we say thank you for 10 amazing years at the Junction Mall. Do not miss all the fun and surprises. Visit us now, the Junction Mall. Join, explore, shop, enjoy. Celebrating 10 years, all for you.
This is the story of Kofi Ba from Takwa. His story has just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first day at school, his last day in SHS, going to the university, getting into the fast food business, expanding into the delivery business, and
everything to look forward to. And just like Kofi Ba's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Switch to awesome. The Samsung Galaxy A06 performs better than your backup phone. Buy now from authorized shops.
The Situation All White Christmas Party is back! It's Christmas Eve, 48 the usual. I step into a celebration like none other. The Situation All White Christmas Party is taking over the city with music, magic, and memories waiting to be made. Think cozy vibes, electric beats, and the perfect blend of festive cheer and wild energy all in one space. Date 24th December 2024. Venue, The Underbridge, East Legon. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Come and dance like nobody's watching. Sip, mingle, make merry, and unwrap the ultimate Christmas Eve experience. Dress to impress, bring your holiday spirit, and let's make the Situation All White Christmas Party unforgettable. Call 0205-973-973 for table reservations and get ready to party. It's going to be lit at the Underbridge. The Situation All White Christmas Party 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Ceres and Orica Ghana, sole distributors of Carlsberg beer and kids drinks.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
I am Wahineri Gift Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms or invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and receive a monthly income for the perfect retirement. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit www.oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Obrapa Ahotonkwa.
Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
Santopia is offering up to 30% off your favorite fragrances, skincare, and makeup from 29th November to 1st December on all in-store purchases. Opening from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day, visit any of the 9 stores located at Accra Mall, Achimota Mall, West Hills Mall, Osu Mall, ANC Mall, Palace Mall, Spintex Road, Junction Mall, Kempinski Galleria Mall, and Kumasi City Mall in Kumasi. Don't miss out on this Black Friday sale. For more details, call or WhatsApp 0552 772 018. Santopia, a scent for every occasion.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
That's right. Reality check, you know what I mean? Street lights, innit? Okay.
20 minutes past 8, Citi Breakfast Show. The new order of retirement is here. You can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. It's that easy. The best part is you get to enjoy salary increase 16% in 2023-24 as well. Call Old Mutual on 0504-534-333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh or simply dial *789 *01# to request a call. Obrapa Ahuntonkwa.
Has it worse than you? Sometimes.
Now, the NLA is wishes to inform everybody in the lottery space, if you want to operate or sell lottery products within the legal framework of the National Lotto Act 722, then you need to go and get your application form. The deadline is just this Friday, the 29th of November. Go and get the form, fill it, return, and ensure that you are part of that ecosystem. If you have any questions, you can call 0266087966. NLA development through games. The GRA is here and is reminding everybody who's registered for VAT and Child Get Fund levy that the CST returns for October should be submitted by Friday the 29th of November, which is the last working day of the month. If you don't do so, you get to pay a penalty. Get in touch with the GRA on 02006316664. Send them an email, info@gra.gov.gh. And the Minerals Income Investment Fund is also reminding all active quarry operators, salt mining operators, limestone operators, and sand miners to pay the appropriate minerals royalties into the designated MIIF account at the Bank of Ghana or through the ghana.gov.gh platforms. If you don't do so, you will be attracting sanctions and penalties from the MIIF. Call them on 0201 855 660. And VW is providing a special deal on the new Terramon Trendline V6 engine. It's a V6 engine with 280 horsepower and a 4-motion all-wheel drive designed for speed and safety. Take advantage now. Hurry while stocks last. T's and C's apply. You can get in touch with VW Ghana on 0257 956688 for more info.
Now, Santopia is offering up to 30% off your favorite fragrances, skincare, and makeup from 29th November, that's tomorrow, to 1st December on all in-store purchases. So brands like Dior, Chanel, and Burberry are up for grabs. Now, we open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. You can visit any of our 9 stores located at Accra Mall, Achimota Retail Center, West Hills Mall, Osu Mall, ANC Mall, Palace Mall, Junction Mall, Kempinski Galleria Mall, and Kumasi City Mall in Kumasi. Don't miss out on this Black Friday sale. For more details, call or WhatsApp 055-277-2018. Santopia, a scent for every occasion. And exciting news from Coca-Cola. We're through to announce the return of your favorite Coca-Cola Original Regular Taste 300 ml glass bottle. Enjoy the refreshing taste of Coca-Cola. We also have the 300 ml returnable glass bottle, or the PET bottle, which is available at 6 Ghana cedis. Experience the real magic of Coca-Cola's original taste.
Heritage Lancaster University Ghana is here, and they're saying that if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost and you want a vibrant student experience and a 50% scholarship, you need to speak to them. You'll be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards at their campus. Call them on 0209 607008. Or send them an email, admissions@lancaster.edu.gh, to find out more. Lancaster University Ghana is the only British uni campus in West Africa.
And from the innovative minds at Wiggle Visions Limited, Ghana's leading technology company, comes Frog, the ultimate USSD, OTP, and bulk SMS messaging platform designed to transform your business communication. With Frog, you enjoy the lowest and unbeatable message prices to all mobile networks in Ghana. Whether it's bulk SMS, voice SMS, IVR, USSD, OTP, our solutions are tailored to help your business reach more people faster. At Wiggle, we're not just building software, we're building trust. Call 055-417-0599 or go to wiggle.com.gh for more information. All right, now we're talking mobility. We're talking the crazy traffic at Obechebi. Well, it's just today and tomorrow. Apparently, it's been a whole of last week.
Yeah, I have some messages for you, and then I will discuss these new buses that have come really exciting. Godwin Kegbe from Adabraka says, Bernard, do you know that the road and gutter from Awudome to Pamprom has not been worked on? Yet we are commissioning it. There's a lot of work to be done here. You can send your reporters to the place to ascertain what I'm saying. Even the drain near the Shell filling station is not covered. Pavements for pedestrians are also non-existent. Again, Godwin says it should be noted that Galva, which constructed the Kaswa and Dubai interchange, is different from the company that currently works on the Obechebi interchange. This contractor is lazy, he says. Hi, Bernard. I hope you can help me. Hi, Bernard. The frustrating part is that there is no signage indicating the diversion ahead. You only see when you're approaching the roundabout which directs you to take a diversion to Kaneshie via Awudome. Liz from Nungwa says, Bernard and team, good morning.
Morning.
Please, there will still be gridlock at Abosiokai. The Awudome street is so narrow, so traffic will be heavy there. The roundabout at Farm Milk will also create a problem. It is very narrow. Then the traffic from Accra will also be very heavy in the evening because of the market and trotro. I use the road all the time, and this is my view. But that road, we need a lot of police to plan. We need the municipal assembly to start designing its enforcement plans.
Which assembly? Because about 4 constituencies met. It's funny, the road separate about 4.
Yeah, so you
have the Ablikuma Central, which is the Abosokai part. You have Okankwe South, which is the Kaneshie side. You have Klotekoli, the people here, which is the Graphic Road side. And then across the road, you could even say you have... okay, that's also Klotekoli.
Yeah.
That's across the road near the ICG.
So they should have a conversation amongst themselves.
Well,
Bernard, so there is the man suggesting an ambulance cannot get through to Kolebu Hospital.
He'll get through from Circle overhead to Kolebu.
Kolebu straight.
There is no Ododio.
Ododio is...
Agbogboshe area there is Ododio.
No, what's Ododio?
It should be Agbogboshe area be Ododio. I mean, Neeland. That's it.
Yeah. You are right. So you have 4 constituencies, so you are right. The ICGC church side of that enclave is Ododio. Ablikuma Central is the Okankwe, whatever, the spare parts place. Then Okankwe South, and then Oklotekoli. So it's a melting pot. So who is going to manage it? That's the other problem.
We'll see. Let me continue the messages for you this morning. Abeku, please help. Thank you. Kojo says, all the routes, he wants me to say routes by force. I won't say it. All the routes you are suggesting is a no-go. Trust me, when you want to drive to Abosiokai to buy something, you can't. When you try, your car will get dented. So you have to park your car at either the Metro Mass Yard or the gas filling station, close to the cemetery, and walk to Abosiokai to get whatever you want to buy. Bernard, is bad. Bernard, as a lover of CBS, I'm a little concerned why some of you, especially Godfred, use the pronunciation of riot for root. This is from...
I think you should spell.
Yes. So, Adolf, whose name a lot of people pronounce as Adolf. But it's also correct. To emphasize the point I'm about to make.
Thank you.
What is the problem? It's
So it's not a problem. His name is Adolf. Okay. In Ghana, everybody says Adolf. But it's not wrong.
It's Adolf or Adolf.
Now, riot is RIOT.
A demonstration.
Root
chaotic situation.
and route doesn't sound the same as riot.
So ROUT, how do you pronounce that?
ROUT. That's route.
So that basically you score them 5-0.
Yes.
Routed them. But
It's a route,
ROUTE, which is a road.
Yes. So
How do you pronounce
the route is basically heavily British.
And then route.
ROUTE.
Route is basically dialected from the American side.
So the Obeche Bilamte route.
You
or
can
Obeche
say,
Bilamte route.
yeah,
They are both correct.
because we are heavily British. We are very used to every day saying the route, but it's not wrong.
Thank you.
So
We learned something every
Adolf, have a good morning.
Maybe he's a purist.
But based,
I understand. It's fair. It's a fair point to raise.
Based on our discussion today.
Yes, I wanted to talk about the new buses that have come. I saw the story. So that yesterday, 100. 100. So page 22 of the Daily Graphic, and almost all the newspapers have that story today, that the government has commissioned the first batch of 100 electric buses to augment the fleet of the Metro Mass Transit Limited. The buses are expected to reduce the cost of operations of the MMT. I didn't even think that company was in existence. So by 40% and minimize the cost of transportation for the public. The objective for the deployment of the buses is its energy efficiency. Will also play a role in the transition process in the use of electric vehicles, including the zero emissions agenda of the National Electric Vehicle Policy. And even another good part is the people they've trained to drive it.
So this is for Metro Mass, not BRT.
Yes, this is being piloted. It's a pilot done by the MMT, and according to the story, it will subsequently be extended to transport organizations such as the STC and Ayalolo. And I think Nathan, if you can find the routes that the buses will
No,
use.
I think he said it was Adenta to Accra and then.
No, but it's I think it's a really good. 1 second, Sky, just give me a second. It's an encouraging thing. Something that we need to be.
My only concern is that
I'm coming to the concern.
Okay, I thought you were finished.
No, I'm not finished.
Then go ahead.
It's great to do this. It's something we've all spoken about, right? They need to be more energy efficient, and I'm happy that it's done. Just again, hope that they have put in place training for the people who will maintain these buses. Also hoping that as they are piloting, they still haven't figured out how to get these buses to be more efficient in terms of traffic efficiency.
Yeah.
Because if this bus will still go and get stuck at the Madina Zungo
That's the
traffic light
That's the point.
at 8 a.m.
That's the point.
like every other trotro,
That's the point.
like every other trotro, then what will be its use? You understand?
So here are the routes
or routes.
Accra, Adenta, 11
Say
a.m.
routes are right.
So the schedules are also very clear.
Yes.
So there's Accra to Adenta, 6
Yes.
Ghana cedis, and the bus moves 11 a.m. to 12:20, 11:30 to 12:50. Then Adenta Accra, the bus schedule is also here. Then there's also Accra Ashaiman, 8 to 9:15, 8:20 to 9:30, 8:40 to 10, whatever. Then there are 9 to 10:25, 9:30 to 10:40. Then there's also Amasaman Accra. So I think there are 3: Accra Adenta, Adenta Accra, Accra Ashaiman, Ashaiman Accra.
What are the
Accra
times?
Amasaman, Amasaman Accra. So let me give Ashaiman for example. Ashaiman Accra, 10 a.m. to 11:20, 10:15 to 11:30.
No, hold on. So it will take
an hour and a half
from there to here.
An hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Amasaman. Okay, let me do Ashaiman to Accra.
That's give or take the traffic that's available that day.
So let me do this properly. Accra to Ashaiman, it moves 8 a.m. They arrives at 9:15.
Okay.
Second one moves 8:20, arrives at 9:30.
Is it a guarantee? You see, because if you take a bus,
that's the expectation.
If it cannot be an expectation.
No, okay. Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Let's
from wherever to wherever.
Let's treat this as the time the bus will move.
And the time it will
because the time the bus arrives, that's not determine when the next bus moves. Because it's not the same bus.
That's what I'm also trying to get into.
So what I'm saying. So if you have a car moving, a bus at 8 o'clock, it's expected to arrive at 9:15.
Okay.
The second bus moves at 8:20. So obviously it does not depend on the first bus coming back.
Okay.
Next bus moves at 8:40. So 8 a.m.
So 20 minutes
8:20, 8:40. There's also a 9 a.m. and 9:30.
Okay.
So in the morning there are 5 movements from Accra to Ashaiman. 8, 8:20, 8:40, 9 a.m., 9:30. Now
good.
let's do Ashaiman to Accra.
Yes.
Now the Ashaiman to Accra starts at 10 a.m. It doesn't start at 6 a.m.
Okay.
10 a.m. to 11:20, 10:15 to 11:30, 10:35 to 12 o'clock, 12:55 to 4:10, and all of that. So there's the Amasaman to Accra, 9:45 movement, arrives at 11. 10:45 arrives at 12. 1:15 arrives at 2:45. 3:15 arrives at 4:30. There's also 2 p.m. arriving at 3:20. 10:15 arriving at 11:30. 11 arriving at 12:20. That's Amasaman route. Then there's Oyibi. Oyibi to Accra has 2 schedules: 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
Yes, so it takes 2 hours.
Okay.
And then there's also 6:50 to 8:05. Now this is the issue. Fred, you need to call somebody for me. Number 1, we don't know if they stop or they go direct. That's number 1. Number 2,
is there specific?
We don't know where to procure tickets. I'm sure Hansen will tell us this.
Well, according to the reports, you're supposed to buy a card and you will load.
So that's number 2.
So that when you take the bus, like you do outside, you just tap
Number 3,
deducts and then you go.
We don't know whether they are going to be a BRT integrated bus where there's a sort of concession given to it to go without going through traffic.
Yes.
We are not sure of this. These are just buses which are electronically powered. and it's a feel-good thing to do. It addresses the mobility challenge in
and
a
the
way,
energy
but
challenge,
but does not solve it entirely. But it's a good start.
But the fares you're mentioning, are they sustainable?
Okay, let's go through the questions. Question number 1: is this going to be one drive, or they will stop en route to do Trustro?
Which stops?
Number 2: how do you procure tickets? Number 3: would you do BRT type, or to go through normal traffic and normal red light? Number 4: would the 6 cities that they are charging, and then so there's 6 cities for the Accra Adenta Accra, Ashaman 8 cities, Amasaman 7 cities, Oyebi 8 cities, and then so would they keep it that way? That's another question to ask. We'll find somebody to talk to. Let me
also just before you bring that, we as users of these buses, I also think it's also fair to say we must take good care of these buses when we get on them. Also, on board? No, not that I am aware, but we must also try and be honest.
Would that be parking?
Because I've used
lots of questions. Let's hear the report. Let's hear the report from Hansen.
Okay. No, but he raises an important point before the
What point is that?
You see, I would really love to sit on a bus that is neat from Amasaman to Accra. I mean, that is what you would expect. You go elsewhere, you ride on a bus. But sometimes, while I respect the hustle of, people like my mother who took care of me, carrying fish and those things to the market and all of that, I think we should restrict access to these buses. No, I make it very important.
This is Sky, no.
We fish sellers, we didn't sit in the bus.
Bernard,
Sky, no.
I think that, look, I honestly think, Bernard, wait, let me make the point.
As a son of a fish seller.
That is why I actually introduced that first.
You don't even know
because I don't think that.
So Ashaima, what I don't let you finish. Come over there.
Bernard,
what I say?
It is possible to make
some other arrangement. I can't carry my Odoi in the bus. You want me to go and sit in Trotro?
You don't go elsewhere and you see more money.
Because those places don't sell more money.
What's the problem?
In those buses, there's somebody coming from the butchery holding.
So no, wait. Are you saying
chicken legs and things?
There should be. It's also part of the health issues we face.
Oh, no.
Proper and
Trotro is not the means for conveying fish.
Exactly. That's a
but if I go to market with my basket and I buy fish, I can sit in the car.
Yes, then it should be properly packaged so that it will not become offensive to other users of the space. That's the point I'm making. Because you see people with Jomi in the car, and it's all over the place. People going to work, maybe that's the only shirt you are taking to work.
Remember that these are not cars that will have mates because it's tap and go.
Yes,
so it's only the driver. You understand? So if I have gone to who is checking whether do people really have time? Because as soon as the bus stops, people are in a hurry to get on.
What I'm saying, I'm talking from experience. You use these buses.
As somebody who has lived in Ashaiman and the Akuman official town.
Yeah, so I'm saying that, look, yes, I respect the hustle. I identify with them.
What you're proposing should be that there should be rules around how to maintain the bus and also cargo of a certain size, if it's not stored, should not be brought onto the passenger side. So you can say that if you are from the market and you buy something, put it in a box and we'll put it in the cargo section of the bus. I think sometimes you have a point. Just that maybe the way we're expressing it, you have a point that you see, if we just don't manage the buses well, we are just going to have the same problem. Almost all the MMT buses are spoiled.
But that's a different issue. That's just their lack of maintenance.
But it's a lack of maintenance that he's talking about, that if you don't have strict standards as to what can get on the bus and how to put cargo where, eventually you spoil the bus.
Let me give you a typical example. So recently, when I was at Oxford, I was going to London. Then a colleague of mine from Nigeria said that Charlie, he was hungry, he needed to get something. So he dashed into a nearby shop to buy some Chinese, briskly made. The bus was to leave at 10:05, right? And then so I had to pursue him to go and get him immediately so that we could get on the bus. So we were coming with the food, like we're coming with the Chinese food.
You've taken Ghana, Nigeria to Oxford to disgrace us.
First of all, there was a security officer who said, "Come on, sir, please stop there," because the bus was moving, right?
You were trying to do trot.
So we were just going to run straight and ask the driver, "Charlie, open the
TLS, let's go."
First of all, the security officer stopped there. He said, "Beyond this line, you are not supposed to get into that space. There's a yellow marking. You can't cross that into that space." Oh, I'm explaining an experience. What's your problem?
Go ahead.
So they pushed us back. Then secondly, they said that no.
This fish cannot.
First of all, this your Chinese thing you have gone to. No food on the bus. No food. No food. So
food
please,
is leaving the hall.
put it in the bin.
Yes.
Like my guy was so hungry, right?
This is why we are not developing.
So you are saying that I cannot buy my watch in the rubber?
No way. No, say no way.
You see,
and we had to put
Sky. This is a very important point you are making because see, when I was in Presec, no food is leaving the hall. People want to disobey. These are the problems we bring to society. Then we grow up and become Oxford trained lawyers, and we are carrying food to enter a bus because when the DSP said no food is leaving the hall, you didn't obey. Order. This is the problem. So did you sit and feed the food at the bus?
So we put the food in the bin. I'm talking about just the eat. Yeah, no, we couldn't eat because first of all, I had put a bag of mine on the bus, and
so you have to sit on the bus.
Yes, so
and they can't remove the bag.
They can't remove the bag. The bag and delaying it will mean that somebody will lose his contract. Something.
So the Chinese, no.
Charlie, we had to bin it, and the bus had to come back, park properly for us to get on board. Charlie. So
and
what I'm
saying, the worst part is the Nigerian guy went Mama Talit.
But Bernard,
Charlie, you did London, but the Nigerian guy they wear Charlie lace. They wear Charlie. Oh, I am sorry. The data. They wear lace with his wife. Charlie just like.
Now you are just misbehaving. You are just misbehaving.
That is who we are. We want to dress as Africans.
Stop there. Oh,
but before you play your report, there is also one other question that comes up from Kafui, and I think our own Susu Graham has also sent the same. He says it's a good initiative. The times these buses move don't favor most of us because we are expected to get to work before 8 a.m. Considering the traffic on our roads. They are kind of being smart, avoiding the early morning and evening peak hours.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's a pilot.
Yeah.
So I guess they want to see.
Can we
just
get
how
somebody from the bus management committee?
MMT, this is MMT, so let's talk
to speak to us.
People have suffered.
Let's listen to.
Let's listen to the report first. You know,
this guy.
People have suffered Hausa Coco bends on buses.
It's okay. It's okay.
What Hausa Coco?
But I have to stop Sky.
The pilot phase will see these 10 buses run on two major lanes, the Sherman-Accra Road and the Adenta-Accra Road. The main motive is to reduce the cost of transportation by 50%. This is the first phase where 10 buses have been delivered. Ultimately, 100 buses will be deployed across the country.
The buses are scheduled to operate at designated time periods from morning to evening, with some buses making 2 trips in the morning and 2 in the evening. The first bus from Adenta to Accra is expected to depart between 11 a.m. and 12:20 p.m. To reduce the cost of public transport, the fare for the Adenta to Accra trip, currently pegged at 12 Ghana cedis, has been reduced to 6 Ghana cedis. Speaking at the commissioning of the buses, the Minister of Transport emphasized that measures have been implemented to ensure the effective management and maintenance of the vehicles.
We are introducing a policy, we are introducing a project that will revamp or that will change or reform the public transport system. So we are using the Metro Mass as a third base. It's not that we are only concentrating on the Metro Mass. So this first phase that we are launching, we want the Metro Mass to operate it for us to see the issues that we are going to have in terms of problems and other things so that we can deal with it when we are going to do the whole arrangement.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia stated that this initiative marks the first step towards comprehensive reforms in the country's public transport system.
The acquisition of these electric buses is not just about revamping the operations of Metro Mass Transit Limited. and a signaling to other agencies to follow suit, but also to position them to play a leading role in the drive to net zero emission transport future and a future with low cost of transportation.
These 10 buses are part of the first phase of 100 electric buses that are expected to be deployed across the country as part of the government's efforts at transforming the public transport space. The main motive is to reduce the cost of transport by 50%.
A lot of questions have arisen on this. Obviously, there's also a political question, right? So there's a political question. Is this linked to an existing public transport plan, or is this just to make the vice president look good for election winning purposes? Indeed, that will be my first question for my guest before we even get into the mechanics of this. Hassan Tampuli is MP for Gushehu and also Deputy Minister for Transportation. Thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, my brother.
Wonderful. We are very happy that you've launched the bus project. But is this part of a coordinated mobility plan or just an election winning gimmick to make the vice president look good?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you very much. So this is part of a broad.
Hello, Azan. Let's call you back. The line we got a bad line. We'll call you back. Forgive us. We'll call you back. So this is a conversation with the Deputy Minister for Transportation. Government is of 100 electric buses, which is the first batch to augment the fleet of Metro Mass Transit. The buses are expected to reduce the cost of operating of MMT by 40% and minimize the cost of transportation for the public. So please get him on a different line if possible, or on a landline. The objective for the deployment was its energy efficiency. It will play a lead role in the transition process in the use of electric vehicles, including the zero emissions agenda of the National Electric Vehicle Policy. It's being piloted by the MMT Limited and will be subsequently extended to transport organizations such as STC and Ayalolo. The Vice President Dr. Bawumia, who unveiled the buses at a ceremony in Accra, said the transport sector was a major contributing factor to the growth of the economy. Dr. Bawumia, who is also the MPP President, said the shift towards electric vehicles was therefore to improve the transport sector. So Hassan Tampuli is back. So thanks for joining us. So as you heard, my first question, part of an integrated mobility plan or election winning gimmick?
Okay, thank you. So this is part of a framework, e-mobility framework that the government has put in place. And if you have looked at the manifesto of the NPP for the 2024 election, it finds a lot of space in there. And the whole idea is for us to have a very elaborate BRT system anchored on the electric vehicles, especially the public buses, public transportation system. So we have a framework that will identify, especially let me give you an example of Greater Accra. We have an 18-kilometer stretch between Adenta and Accra, another 18-kilometer between Amasama and Accra, about 40 or so kilometers from Kasua to Accra, 44 kilometers Dawenya to Accra. And so this cannot be an election gimmick. It's a whole ecosystem that we are developing, and then this is just more or less a pilot.
I see. Why MMT and not the BRT? Because the routes you chose are actually the BRT routes. Ashaiman, Oyibi, Adenta are actually the Ayalolo BRT routes. Yet these buses are to be managed by the MMT, who are not necessarily prominent on these routes. I stand to be corrected.
Yes, indeed. So it's part of, we've done some kind of assessment of all the agencies, and the lot fell on Metro Mass for very obvious reasons of their capacity to do intra-city transport as well. they started off as an intracity commercial public transport system, and then later on did an addition to do the intercity. So by and large, the BRT system is a process. So yesterday's launch was to test the efficacy of the system that we have rolled out. All right. Ultimately, when we will roll out the BRT system, what we are going to do is to do some amount of remodification and redesign of the various arterial roads to have dedicated BRT lanes in the median. All right. So we're likely to collapse one or two lanes, one lane from each side, and then we'll have the BRT in the median. Okay, and then we're going to have the terminals dotted along the various roads, and they are going to be dedicated for just the buses and not any other, private car or other public transport system. And they are going to be doing this at various times. So the buses are supposed to be at a point at 7 a.m. The bus will be there at 7 a.m. Even if it has to take a goat, it will take the goat and move to the next stop. So basically, these are the arrangements that we have. Ultimately, we plan to do about 1,000 buses in different parts of the country. All the regional capitals are going to have their share.
But Honorable Deputy Minister, you've had 7 years to implement a BRT system, which essentially has collapsed. Ayalolo is on its knees. The dedicated lanes don't work. They don't have enough buses. So if you are telling me you will be doing, I was listening to tell you that, Charlie, we've done this, and these are the routes that have been tested. It's easy to get a bus, but to run a transport system and to run a BRT is much more complex. And I put it to you that in the past 7 years, the BRT concept has not been implemented by this government.
Yes, I think that you are right when you say that to some extent, but there are some number of bottlenecks. I'll give you a good example. The GAPT, Greater Accra Public Transport, headed by the one that is currently running the BRT system, is not an agency under the Ministry of Transport. It's actually under the Ministry of Local Government. And the board membership of the GAPT is made up of the metropolitan assemblies and not even the Ministry of Transport. So the architecture that we inherited, we had a challenge on how to implement it, so it becomes a challenge. So the plan is to put everything under the auspices of the Ministry of Transport. And in collaboration with the Ministry of Roads and Highways, we'll be able to do this. But every now and again, every meeting that is called, so there's some amount of, redefining of rules. So when the rules are a bit blurred, and that becomes a challenge. So some amount of turf war here and there. But the plan is to have everything under the BRT system, put under the Ministry of Transport.
But the mayor of Accra was a board member of the BRT. He's appointed by the government. The local government ministry is part of government. Essentially, these are all government appointees, just a coordination issue. My point is that mobility is a very critical part of urban development. So whether there's a turf war or not, Accra has become so big. Now we are the largest region in the country, yet you have the smallest size. So if in 7 years you've not implemented a simple BRT system, why should I believe you when you tell me that now you are going to integrate this into Ayalolo, what? It's been... citizens always complain about mobility because the basic BRT, the routes were designed, but we've not allowed it to work. So whether it's the local government ministry or the mayor or whatever, these are, if there's an overriding plan to ensure that there's mobility in the city, some way, a way should have been found to have done this. So I'm not sure if the reason you are giving is valid, that turf wars and things.
Well, like I said, the point that you have made is a valid point, but there are bottlenecks, all right, and it's something that has been studied, done assessments, and we are taking remedial steps to actualize that vision. Don't forget that some amount of funding came from the World Bank and specifically meant for a certain ministry. It's difficult for you, in the middle of the game to say that the World Bank we are moving the funds from this ministry to the other ministry. And I'm sure you understand how these things work. It's not easy for you to just say that, okay, this money have come in, but we are going to take it to the Ministry of Transport instead of Ministry of Local Government. So let's understand that there are structures, and we are not dealing just with the government of the Republic of Ghana. We are also dealing with donor partners, and they need to be convinced. And so now we have the blueprint. And like I said, if you look at the manifesto commitment, you would have seen that there's serious effort, and it has been reduced into greater detail in the manifesto about what we intend to do as far as the BRT system is concerned. Now, currently, what we plan to do is to implement a contract flow program. So in the mornings, rush hour, from about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., the e-buses will be doing what we call the contract flow. So, for instance, the traffic flow from Medina to Accra makes that lane necessarily choked. Then you look on the other side of the road from Accra or maybe 37 towards Medina is virtually empty. So what we plan to do, as a first step, is to take one lane on the opposite direction, and then the buses will be flowing along those routes to their various destinations. So there are different ways of doing this, all right? And this contract flow
Fair
is
enough.
going to be one of the
So,
ways.
so the contract flow BRT is all vehicle based. Do you have any other modes? For example, tram, light rail. A lot of cities, Lagos, Kaduna, Abuja, Dakar, they're all doing it now. We've done Tematu as Mpakadam, but that's not urban rail. That's a different situation. Does the government have any plans of any other type of transportation except road vehicles?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Definitely we do. And that's in the railway sector. The railway sector, so Accra Tema obviously is one that is, operational and sometimes a bit of breakdowns here and there. And then Accra and Sawam as well. So what we intend to do is to do a complete retooling of that whole architecture. The rail lines need to be revamped, for instance, between especially in Sawam and Accra, and you find some amount of encroachments here and there. So all of these are part of the plans that we have to be able to do. But ultimately, we are trying to see if it is feasible for us to be able to do from Kaswa all the way to Accra. Now that means a lot of logistical challenge and a bit of inconvenience for the populace along that route. And also some amount of demolition have to take place here and there, compensations have to be paid. So we've looked at all of these, we've considered all of these things, but the current routes would have to be revamped with new coaches, make them more comfortable and convenient for passengers to be able to ride. In the course of doing all of these exercises, we have read literature about, for instance, how people used to ride on the train from Kumasi. They used to work in Accra, some work in Kumasi from Accra, and they'll put their vehicles on the trains in the morning, in the 70s. And, they put their vehicles on the train, sleep on the train and get to their destinations. And the following day, they take their cars and then they go to their work. And on Friday, when they close from work, they put their cars back on the train and then drive the opposite direction, Accra or Kumasi. So all of these are part of the plans that we have as far as, rejigging or revolutionizing the transport sector is concerned, both intra-city and then intercity as well.
So now you're charging 6 cities, 7 cities, 8 cities. Will this be sustained? I think the couple of problems with MMT, the fares were perceived to be low. That's number one. Number two, there weren't enough engineers for maintenance, so a lot of vehicles broke down. So MMT is a difficult company. Different administrations have struggled with it because some of it is the pricing, and then the other one is the technical engineers of know-how to repair the buses and all of that. Now you have these nice electric buses, all right? Were we told that, for example, there are some engineers who've been brought in who can maintain these buses, all right? so that we don't have an abandoned 100 buses after 3 months? Because that's the story of MMT. The orange buses are mostly broken down.
This arrangement is going to be completed. Don't forget that MMT is supposed to be running a social service. So, for instance, school children don't pay when they ride on the buses. The old people, aged citizens also don't pay. But don't forget that when they go to buy fuel, the fuel doesn't have any subsidy. They buy it at the same commercial rate as any of the commercial transport owners. So the structure itself already makes MMT a losing company. All right, they're not supposed to be making profits. So whenever they even break even, we are happy. But from the entire arrangement that has been put in place for Metro Mass, so maintenance is a problem. Yes, like you are right, and so on and so forth. But with the electric buses, you are not buying any fuel. That is one. You are not changing oil. You are not doing anything about transmission and so on and so forth. All you have to do is to charge the bus. And the capacity of these buses is about 350 kilometers, for instance. So you can run almost several days without even charging, if you like. But with the architecture that we have, every day that the bus goes to work, when they come back to the depot, they have to wash, they have to recharge, and they have to check one or two things just to be able to find out whether everything is okay. So we have the engineers on ground, and they'll be here for as long as it takes to train a good core of engineers who will be stationed with the Metro Mass transit system. We want to be able to do some transfer of knowledge within the shortest possible time, so that by the time that we are able to bring in over 1,000 buses, we should be able to have enough engineers and technicians on the ground. And we're going to have some arrangements, especially with the private sector. It's not going to be only Metro Mass. GPRTU, GRTCC are all part of the broad framework for us to see to the rolling out of this e-mobility framework across the country.
There are some very good things about this, which I want to touch on. Number one, the fact that it's electronic. Number two, the payment system, we are also told, is almost cashless.
That's correct.
And then number three, we're told that these are, some of the people driving the vehicles are sort of people who were picked up at Kayayes and trained. So, first point, is it ready to go? Is it running already, or is it going to start running at a different date? Have we been told where to go and get the cards and all of that? Are those things very clear for the public? Because I sitting here don't really know.
Yeah. So the what's the name of the card? I just mentioned the card. So it's been launched by the Vice President already last month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you can purchase it at different points. I would get the details for you in due course. But when you get the card, it's like a pass that can be used for taxi, ride hailing. You can use the same card for GPRTU, vehicles. You can use the same, pass to do this current electric bus system that we have. So the payment platform is integrated. So one card you'll be able, just like you do in London, you use one card to ride a bus, use the same card to ride the tram, and so on and so forth. And so that is the same architecture that we have here in the country. And like I said, you can get the card from different points. I will have to get the details.
Maybe there has to be some public education on how that works, especially if you say you are going to use it for other.
We have had meetings. We have had several engagements with the various stakeholders, especially with the private transport owners, and everybody is aligned as far as this arrangement is concerned. And you made mention of the fact that we've trained some specially selected Kayayes. So yesterday, for instance, they were given their tools and certificates to commence driving. And then yesterday, one of them actually drove us from Adenta all the way to Kimbo. One of the ladies that we trained for the purposes of driving these electric buses. So it tells you the whole concept is an integrated piece that is supposed to move people give them convenience in terms of the bus riding, and to also provide jobs for not only the youth, but also for the poor and vulnerable. And the case in point is the 22 Kayai that received their certificates yesterday. And they were very excited. These were people who used to carry items with headpans. Now they carry people with buses. It's a major transformation as far as their lives is concerned. And it's a testament to some of the plans that we have as far as moving people from, the current situation that they find themselves in, which is unfortunate, to, areas that will make their life even more better. But it means also that we have just about 10 that we did yesterday. Ultimately, we'll get about 100, and then we'll move on to 1,000. All of these people are going to have, some area that we're going to put them as far as the whole arrangement is concerned. And don't forget, if you have 1,000 buses in the system, that should have been consuming diesel. And then they now, use electricity. What it means is that our import bills that would have sustained these 1,000 buses for fuel would be channeled into electricity. So what it means is that the pressure, for instance, on the dollar is not going to be as it used to be. And it has its own ripple effects on the economy.
I mean, we know the benefits of e-vehicles, but if you look at the
charging infrastructure across the country,
fair enough. If you look at the volume of vehicles in Accra, obviously we have a lot of way to go, a long way to go to get the number of e-vehicles to even begin to reduce the pressure on our fossil fuels like the way we are imagining. Because look, they are probably about 99.9% of our vehicles are still fossil fuel driven. So while this is a great initiative, and in fact, we don't even know if all the 100 buses are in. We are told just the first batch. So it's probably, we don't even have all the 100 in as we speak, right?
No, we have received the first batch of 100.
But are they, so the first batch of 10?
That's correct. They came in, that's what we inaugurated yesterday. The rest are on high seas, coming in.
So this 10, will they be running this week, or do you want all the 100 to come before we start?
We are going to start running with the 10 this week.
And so all the routes, because there's Amasaman, Ashaiman, Adenta, and Oyibi, will all the routes benefit from the 10, or we'll start with Adenta?
Yeah, we piloted. We piloted with Adenta, but we're going to run on all the routes this week.
Hey, that means because there are 10 buses and the routes are about 4, so it means like 2 buses per route.
Exactly. This is like a piloting, like I said, and so we'll see how it works, so that by the time that we receive the full complement of the buses, we'll be able to identify where there's a lot of pressure, and where we need to throw more buses, we'll do that. So this pilot would give us an indication of the direction that we need to go as far as the allocation of buses are concerned.
Finally, there was a question about keeping the buses clean, maintenance, and the view that this should be passengers only, and people should not bring goods and stuff into the buses, because that is what leads to the destruction of the upholstery of these buses and things. Do we know if this is going to operate on basically passenger only, we don't know yet, because you are doing Ashaiman, you're doing Adenta, Oyibi, and Amasaman. There are a lot of market people with goods who would want to join these buses, right? Have you figured out how you're going to manage this in a way that does not lead to the deterioration? I don't know if you get the question.
I get the question. It's going to be passenger only. It's not going to be a bus that will be carrying goods. You can accommodate the goods that will be contained in the booth, but not on the buses. So that one has been made clear to Metro Mass, and then they have their marching orders in order to ensure that the buses will be clean at any point in time. And we have cameras inside the buses. So the driver will not even permit anybody that will come on the bus with any good that cannot be accommodated. So and the public has to support us to be able to do this, especially when we find that some people are lowering standards and allowing passengers to carry goods onto the buses. I think that is a collective responsibility all of us should be alert. So whatever it is that we find, we should be. When you see something, say something, and then we'll be able to collectively hold everybody to account and preserve the beauty of the buses and the convenience that it brings to various passengers.
Right. Thank you for talking to us, Hassan Tampuli, the Deputy Minister for Roads and MP for Gushehu. I hope your campaign is going well.
Yeah. I think you just done some amount of reshuffling in your studio. Deputy Minister for Transport, you gave me road.
Oh, I said road, eh? Sorry. You know, in the past, Idris was Minister for Road and Transport, so it has stayed in my head.
For a long time.
Forgive me. Yes, thank you for talking to us. I hope your campaign is going well.
As far as my campaign is concerned, everything is going well. We are winning with a landslide, and it's going to be a one-touch victory for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. As far as the presidential is concerned, and by 10 a.m. on the 8th of December. You would have heard that MPP has won, significant majority in Parliament.
Okay, we have 9 days to find out. Thank you for talking to us.
Easily. Let's go. Thank you.
That was Hassan Tampuli, the Deputy Minister for Transport, not roads, as I inadvertently said. So 10 buses are in. Yes. They are expecting the rest in due course.
Mm-hmm. The 22 female drivers.
Yes, the four routes will all start. So
this week,
Adenta, Oyibi, Amasaman, Ashaiman. Those are the 4 routes. MMT will initially be in charge of this. The more buses come, they will devolve to Ayalolo and STC as well. And they will not allow Pala on the bus. So this guy is happy.
No. I would be a bit more...
Let's take a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll continue with this. Later this morning, we'll be bringing you live coverage of a very important conversation on the elections, but this has to do with media, and we're talking about a media executives breakfast on the theme ethical considerations and risks in programming for social media. Speakers include Anna Nankoma, Dr. Aurelia Oyisi, Samuel Apia Dankwa, and Professor Robert Hinson. I'll be moderating that conversation this morning, and it will be on air after 10. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
OneXBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy OneX Free Bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at onexbet.com.gh with promo code GHFREE to get a 300% welcome bonus. Bet to the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions are already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with OneX Free Bet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Ojam, did you know the NDC once promised a one-time premium for NHIS?
Yeah, but when they won the elections, they could not implement it and almost collapsed the NHIS. Today, this same man is promising Mahama Care and free primary health care.
They think we are kids in this country. We don't have short memories, like Mahama said. Remember the capitation pilot in Ashanti? You were stuck with one health facility, no matter what.
That was so limiting. But look at us now under the MPP. There's real change.
The MPP expanded NHIS coverage to include serious conditions like childhood cancer, sickle cell disease, and kidney dialysis for children under 18 years and old people from 60 years and above. Today, with just a short code, you can renew your insurance.
Truly, the MPP has restored our hope in the health system. See the Agenda 111 and other new hospitals are springing up everywhere.
So, this election, let's vote for continuity. Let's vote to protect our health care. We will not fall for fake promises again.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
It's
the most wonderful time of the year, and this Christmas, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to an unforgettable celebration. Arrive to the refreshing taste of coconut and dance the night away with our DJ on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Day, enjoy tasty grills, exciting games, and our famous all-white party with Kwanpa Live Band. Adventure awaits with a tour to Mount Jemmy on 26th, followed by an all-you-can-eat local buffet and a cooking competition on 27th. Don't miss out on aerobics, hiking, and a fun-filled pool party on 28th. And on New Year's Eve, get ready for a breathtaking fireworks show and start 2025 with a bang, dancing to the Kwanpa Live Band. Packages are as follows. Individuals, 3,000 Ghana cedis for 2 nights and 3,750 Ghana cedis for 3 nights. Couples, 4,300 Ghana cedis for 2 nights and 5,400 Ghana cedis for 3 nights. Families, 6,850 Ghana cedis for 2 nights and 9,000 Ghana cedis for 3 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 to book now. Volta Serene Hotel, your perfect Christmas getaway.
Bold solution for the future.
December 7th, let's vote number 1. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia. Esroho.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you're assured of quality education. Accredited by GTEC and affiliated to KNUST and UCC, we offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experienced and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054 777 7731 or 020 229 8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh.
Electroland's Black Friday and Xmas Bonanza. Xmas came early. Black Friday is here with amazing offers you won't believe. Get a Samsung 32-inch LED Smart TV for just 3,299 Ghana cedis. Cool down with the Samsung AC starting at 6,499 Ghana cedis plus a free blender. Need a fridge? Grab a TCL top mount for only 3,299 Ghana cedis and get a free deep fryer. The media top load washing machine is just 2,499 Ghana cedis plus a free 5-gas burner. Enjoy Netflix in style with the NASCO 50-inch Smart TV for only 4,999 Ghana cedis and get a free NASCO karaoke speaker. Rush to any Electroland showroom or dealer store across Ghana for huge discounts and free gifts. And don't miss the Achedia Cassia promo. Win double every week and monthly. Electroland, your home for affordable electronics and appliances.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Welcome back. It's 9:20. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. Some comments have come in on our conversation on the new buses. We had a very extensive interview, if you like, with Hassan Tampuli, giving us a few details here and there. You've been reacting to that interview. But before we get into that, (0549-986-996). Godfrey, let's go through some of the comments before we proceed to other matters.
Okay, so yeah, from East Legon says, please, this is a great initiative, but I humbly advise they stick to the number of people required on board. Unlike the Alolo, where they pack people to the extent you can't even breathe. Thank you. Bernard and team, let's not play the ostrich. Sky is very right. If left without rules, these buses will be worse than our trotro. Kwesi Akwa from Sakumono. Yeah, from Sun City is asking, a lot of people move from Ashaman to Accra between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Why are these buses moving from 10 a.m. at Ashaman? Well, it's a pilot, so we'll see. Kusia Japan is also asking, what does the law say about contra flow in Ghana, if there is any? If not, can that be legislated and communicated to the public so that these buses will use that to avoid traffic, as we are not ready to have a dedicated lane? Bernard, our problem as a country is the national agenda. What happens to Ayalolo and Metro Mass and Co? Do these buses have a lane, or they are going to use the Ayalolo lane and join our heavy traffic? This is the question that he's asking. Good morning. Kweku from Dodowa says, I completely support Richard Sky. The e-bus should not be used for goods or extra businesses. It should just be reserved as a commute. The principle around the world is that these buses, BRT and other mass transit buses, are reserved for passengers only. Also because these are scheduled services and delays impact time. Passengers with goods will have to use other forms of transportation.
More of the comments are welcome on 0549-986-996. A few quick announcements before we get into other conversations for the morning. It's that time of the year again. Orca Deco's Black Friday sale is on. Get ready to enjoy from 20 to 60% off everything. Yes, everything, furniture, home decor, accessories. So hurry, go to Orca Deco today. Grab those deals before they are gone. You can find them on the Spintex Road in Accra and in Asokwa in Kumasi. If you want litigation-free land to buy, contact Royal Kingdom Estate. They specialize in land acquisition, construction, design, property management, and more. They've got great properties in primary areas like Accra and Ibri, with land starting at 90,000 cedis. So if you are interested, call 0272778880. Send them an email, info@Royal Kingdom Estate, or go to their office at Cantonments opposite Soul Clinic International School. Royal Kingdom Estate, building communities, nurturing dreams. The GRA is here, and they are reminding everybody that returns for the communication service tax for October should be paid before or not after Friday, 29th of November. Do so to avoid the penalty and to avoid all the inconvenience. Get in touch with the GRA via email, info@gra.gov.gh. Cerelac is here, the all-new Cerelac. It's a great variant that's wheat, maize, grains, fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals. So, moms, this is great news for you. All you need is milk, so prepare that for your child and they will love you for it. Cerelac Care for Them, count on us. This ad is FDA approved. Between the 24th December and the 31st of December, if you are planning to go to South Africa, do so with Global Wings Travel and Tours. They are going to Cape Town and Joburg for 7 days. They have a great package for you. Call them on 0550-188-181. Global Wings Travel and Tours, truly global, proudly Ghanaian. Deep Solar is here. They have you covered. They say if you want uninterrupted electricity supply, speak to them on 059-549-4113 or visit deepsolarghana.com to find out more. Remember, your energy independence begins when you call Deep Solar. More messages are coming on 0549-986-996.
Yeah, so it's something that people are very interested in. Will there be engineers on board? The e-bus is considering that electronic systems can malfunction at any time. Judy is asking. And engineers are not normally on board these buses, wherever I've used them. When I lived in China, pretty common basically that's the only type of transport you would have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically the bus opens, and what happens is on your school ID card actually has the capacity to serve as a payment system. So you would go to you go to the school, you pay a certain amount of money, they put it in the system, kind of like at the bank for you, and it's uploaded. So once you take the bus, there's a barrier in front. You tap the payment system, and then the security barrier opens, and then you go. So it doesn't need a conductor or what we call a mate. It's just the driver. And if your card doesn't read, the gate doesn't open for you to pass. So it's not like you queue. So I'm hoping this bus works the same, and I'm sure it works on the same model to ensure that it's timely. It should be fun. This one also wanted to know about the maintenance mechanism. I think Hassan Tampuli tried to answer some of those questions. The long-term goal should be trying to get trotro buses off the street and replace 100% with electric buses. It is only when that is done that real benefits will be seen. Lena from Adenta. Edmond wants to know the cost for the project. I'm sure Parliament and us will also try and find out just how much it's costing. But just saying that if it's starting this week, it might be good for them to explain to us the payment system. That is key.
Yeah.
Where to get that card from.
Yeah, but you see, I think
because you can't use Momo.
Yeah, I think they should calibrate it in a way as to allow for the use of the Visa cards, Momo, and so that it's interoperable in a way.
Okay.
Because really, I mean, this idea of getting that particular card, it's I think it will be self-defeating. We should pluralize. Yes, that's the word.
Pluralize.
Yes, now you take it easy.
See the way I'm suffering.
Or should increase.
Yeah, we should diversify. I think that's a more friendly way of putting it. Diversify the modes of payment, because if you confine it to just a particular card, then it becomes a limiting factor. Of course, we should eliminate cash completely, because these days you can't trust the conductors and the mates all the time. So let's eliminate the cash element entirely, but we should make it possible for you to tap your Visa card, your what the other one, Visa, and what we have some other
payment system.
Other payment system. It should be possible. Once there is money to be taken,
okay,
it should allow.
I'm planning on getting on the OUB to Accra one.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. Let's speak to the MD of GAPT.
Oh, okay.
Charles Annan. He's joining us on the line. I know we are talking about mobility and all of that. So we know that the new buses are effectively MMT. Right, and then the other ones that are in existence are Ayalolo. Ayalolo is under GAPT. So let's speak to Charles and just to get an update and a feel of, Ayalolo, where it is now, and potentially if there are any updates or any new things that will be happening.
Generally, his thoughts on even
yes,
this.
His thoughts on this. Yes. Good morning, Charles Annan. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the Citi Breakfast Show.
Hey, good morning, my brothers.
Thank you for joining us. I mean, initial comments on the new buses in the system, 100 buses that will be put on the road I think the first 10 will be a pilot, but effectively 100 electric buses in a bid to help improve urban transportation. Your initial thoughts on that, and now we can focus on Lolo and what you're doing at GAPT.
Okay, good morning to your listeners. So, GAPT, we are actually a regulatory institution set up by the Ministry of Local Government to work with the local administrations, that the MMDAs, to plan, regulate, and enforce public transport-related activities. So our core mandate is to ensure that there are smooth operations of public transport services within the major cities in the country. So yesterday, if you saw GAPT's involvement in the deployment of the EV buses, it meant that GAPT has developed systems that will require the EV buses to operate effectively than any other services you've seen in town. And gradually we are testing these systems and also apply it on all other mode of public transport within Accra and beyond. So that's GAPT's involvement in this whole arrangement.
I see. Thank you for that clarity. So looking at, you mentioned that you were implementing systems and all. What have you noticed so far in terms of mobility in this city? Because there's the EV, which is new. Metrobus existed, largely to a point and there were challenges. We currently have Ayalolo on the street. What have you noticed in terms of the gaps, and how do you intend to ensure that mobility or transportation in this country as a whole is better from this point onwards?
So after the collapse of the omnibus services somewhere in the 70s, there was a huge gap left in public transport arrangements within major cities. So the private people just stepped in to fill the gap. So in the past, there was no regulatory regime in place to ensure that people conform to specific rules and regulations concerning the deployment of transport services. So somewhere in 2007, the President Kufuor was so determined to reorganize space. So he started a project called the Ghana Urban Transport Project, which sought to build an institutional arrangement that will modernize public transport services in major cities. So through the GUTP project, we had the Ayalolo service coming in as an alternative to deploy a BRT services that will augment the smaller vehicles that people come into the city center. So for the Ayalolo arrangement, what was supposed to have been done was that we would have planned the services within the communities so that the smaller vehicles, the one people from all their environments and put them at one location. Then the Ayalolo buses take them from that location in mass arrangement and then bring them to the city center. And then the reverse in the evening would have been the same. So through that arrangement, we spoke with the informal services like the GPRTUs and because they were unions, we created a formal entities called GPRTU BRT Company Limited, Amalgamated BRT Company Limited, operate that smaller trotters of the competing or major routes and allow the Ayalolo to run. In that arrangement, there were a little hiccup that couldn't make the arrangement successful. So, for the vice president hearing this thing that been done in the past, he called us to a meeting and said that, okay, he's going to import EV buses into the country. And he wants the EV buses to replicate the feeder and the trunk services. So how could we do this? And then that is how come you saw the partnership between GAPT and Metromas in this regard. So for the deployment of the EV buses, one, the payment system tap and go is an arrangement that has been put together between the Vice President's office and the Ministry of Local Government, together with the Ministry of Transport, to make sure that all public transport services will have just one system. So within a shortest possible time, you will realize that people would pay for transport using the tap and go system. That is one intervention. The second intervention is that because GAPT works with the MMDAs to grant the that is required to deploy transport services, we will put all the route into concession and then let the people operate those concessions without conflict so that everybody knows the route they are operating. There are no conflicts on that route, and then they play to specific rules. That is the beginning of what yesterday you saw us and the Vice President articulating. And if you remember his speech, he made a very fine point. He said that he's going to work with GAPT for a fleet renewal program, which means that he's going to import another side of the EV buses for us to work with the likes of the GPRTUs and the rest, so that we take your old vehicle, value it, give you a new EV bus, give you a route operate on those routes. Yesterday, it was in a speech. So that is to make sure that we shape the entire arrangement to give seamless and comfortable travel to our general public.
You just mentioned seamless, meaning that you want the transportation to be smooth. One of the biggest challenges we have in this country, or at least in the major cities, is traffic. In the morning, we all gravitate to the center. in the evening, we all leave the center. What is GAPT's plan, or what does GAPT intend to do to ensure that if people want to hop on an EV bus or an Ayalolo bus or a Metro bus, they will not be caught in the traffic all other people get caught in? Because we want to move about easily. Movement generates the economy, and when the economy is good, we are all better, for that. So what's the plan to ensure that when I hop on a bus, I will not get caught up in the traffic that exists in Accra or any of the major cities in Ghana?
GAPT, together with the MTTD, the Department of Urban Roads, and Ministry of Transport, we have come up with a concept called contraflow. And that is how we are going to start this arrangement with. So for the contraflow concept, as you have elaborated, in everybody heading to the city center, so the other side of the road is free. In the evening, everybody is back to their homes. So the road that gets to the city center is free. Beginning January, what we are going to do is that we are going to keep one lane of the other lane and then allow the new EV buses and the Ayalolo buses to run on the side of the corridors that has the gridlocks. So we have studied, the first study is done on the Adenta corridor, and we have seen intervention areas where we need to improve to allow this flow. So beginning January, you see that the Ayalolos and the EV buses will take one of the adjoining roads to get to the city center faster. That's the first one. Secondly, if you remember the terminal we did the inauguration at yesterday, that terminal is designed to hold park and ride services. So as the EV buses are even starting, if you get to Adenta terminal, which is a replica of the terminals we are going to build in every municipality within the Greater Accra metropolitan area, we have a place where people can park their vehicles comfortably, hop on to either an EV bus or an Ayalolo bus that is on schedule, use a contraflow, and the city center faster. In the evening, when you go to the Ayalolo terminal at CMB, it is adjacent the AMA building. You can also get an EV bus or the Ayalolo bus and move on contra faster to your destination. And then when you get there, you can now pick your private vehicle, or the feeder vehicles will also be waiting, and then you pick your vehicle and you go home. That is how we are going to start the revolution. And then once people's preference, now when people move from depending on their cars to depending on public transport, we would have eliminated a lot of the gridlocks from the road. Then we can segregate a lane from the directional lane and then dedicate it for both the EV buses and the Ayalolo service so that they can run faster. Because these services are purely intra-city services, and our goal is to make sure that we move people in mass to reduce traffic. But we also have to create the comfort and the reliability needed to make sure that people can rely on the service. And that is what GAPT is doing. That is why the Vice President has partnered GAPT to Metro Mass and Ayalolo to ensure that we achieve these set goals.
My final question has to do with maintenance. It's one of the biggest headaches we have. We start initiatives, we can't sustain or maintain. Things go bad. We spend more money trying to fix problems. So what is the maintenance plan, or what are the policies concerning maintaining these EV buses or the Ayalolo buses or Metro Mass buses in terms of the mix of that fleet? And two, so one, what's the maintenance plan? And two, how are we ensuring that these buses will last as long as we want them to last to benefit everybody?
Nathan, to answer this question, I just want to test your mind on something. As you sit in the studios, if I ask you, Nathan, what do you think is the state of Ayalolo right now? Can you just give me your candid opinion about whether you think Ayalolo is functional or not? Because I want to tell you a story that relates to that.
It's functional. I've seen a few buses around, especially close to where I work. Every time I walk by the road, I see some of the buses moving about.
I'm happy you said you've seen a few buses on the road.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you, today at the airport, on the tarmac, services that move people from the tarmac to the planes, they are all Ayalolo buses. You can go to the airport today and go and look at it.
But was that? I mean, I'm just asking. Was that their primary function? I'm sure they were brought to move us about.
You a story. I want to tell you a story.
Okay.
So if you go to Ase Airport, that is it. Look, Honorable Damotri, when he got to understand the concept of Ayalolo, inaugurated the board led by Honorable Joseph Bray, the MC for Ablekuma West, and taxed us that he knows that public transport is not a bad business. And there are a lot of buses around the COVID time, a lot of buses were parked. So the Honorable Minister taxed Honorable Bray that he's not going to give Ayalolo any money. The board should make sure that we run to buy the spare parts required to make sure that we service these buses and put them on the road. Between 2020 and today, Honorable Bray has led the team at Ayalolo without government injecting a peswa in the revamping of Ayalolo. Now, almost 90% of the Ayalolo buses are running. What you see on the road is not feasible. Because if you look at the graphic of Accra, Accra is very big. And in Accra, we have 175 Ayalolo buses working on daily basis. So when you see the buses crisscrossing like that, it is not few buses. Those are 175 buses working without a single injection of capital. Every capital that has been used to revamp these Ayalolo services came from internally generated funds. That is the revolution we are talking about.
Okay.
So the maintenance culture has been improved so much that with the new EV buses, we are going to ensure that the buses work functionally without government putting extra money. Even though the buses are going to charge about 40% less, we have to take the best care to make sure that these buses can service itself and keep running without further injection, because we still need investment in other areas in the public transport sector. So we have championed the cost of running these things autonomously without depending on government. So if you are asking me whether there is a maintenance culture that will make these services work, I am telling you 100% that we've done it for the past 4 years and we can do it moving forward.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Charles Annan, MD of GAPT, sharing a few thoughts on mobility and transportation, and of course the fact that the EV buses are on. We'll keep an eye on that and see how things play out. This is still the Citi Breakfast Show. We'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from the 1999-year group of PRESEC. They've done an amazing thing on their school campus, and we'll get into details as to what big thing they've put together for the benefits of the school and the students. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's that time of the year. Ghana, brace yourselves because Melcom's Black Friday sales is back. And we're bringing you unbeatable deals like never before. From the 15th of November to the 1st of December, get ready to shop and save big at Melcom. Electronics, home essentials, furniture, or fashion. We've got deals you can't resist. Melcom's Black Friday, it's more than a sale. It's an experience. Stock is limited, so hurry and shop early to avoid missing out. Melcom is where Ghana shops for value, and this Black Friday, the value just got even better. Don't let these unbeatable deals pass you by. Melcom, where Ghana shops. Remember, terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Amma, so with all the skill you have in dressmaking and soap making, wouldn't it be a good idea to run a full-time business?
Sure. In this economy with so many taxes, do you think this insensitive MPP government cares about your businesses? I better go. I don't want to be killed by taxes before my time. Why?
You see the thing where Amma they talk. Charlie, small bets we are chop. Like if you see the tax where government take put for the money top.
Kwame is right. I can't even send my mother money for her medical bills now because look, the e-levy alone no be easy.
Oh boy, buy some ride make I take do Uber. Go see the tax way for the pots there. It cost past the right safe. COVID levy all day inside.
Me, I'm not surprised that the liar who promised to move the nation from taxation to production has come due. Elections have consequences, so as for me, I've made up my mind to vote for GM and the NDCO because I trust them to keep their promise to exempt small and micro businesses from VAT, grant 2-year tax holidays for new businesses like mine, scrap e-levy, COVID levy, betting levy, and emissions levy to ease hardship. In fact, I can go to the bank with JM's word because he is trustworthy.
Charlie Kojo, your mind for deal. It is time for change.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignified. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us at lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Big is better. Broom is best. Happy moment starts with Broom. Buy one and get one free. It is Broom. Up to 25% discount. Buy an LED TV and get another TV for free. Buy an air conditioner and get a ceiling fan for free. Simply ask of Broom. There is more for everyone in Ghana. Free gifts and more on Broom freezers, refrigerators, and many more. Rush to your nearest Broom dealer or 0800-100-247. Broom leaves you with a smile.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I sent the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized. And the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high schools.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, here for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to take it through as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Welcome back. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. As I said before the break, I've been joined by 4 big men of the 1999 Presec year group. I have Yao Inti Adai. He's a data engineer. Dr. Kwesi Asabre, he's a genomic scientist. Richard Ansong is a partner at PwC PricewaterhouseCoopers. And Kwame Jan is here. Kwame Jan is Deputy Director of Comms at the NCA and one-time member of this parish. Let me put it that way. Gentlemen, welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the Citi Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Wonderful. It's nice to have you here. This Saturday is Presec's 86th anniversary. Yeah. There's a speech day, and I'm told your year group is donating something absolutely brilliant to the school. Can you tell us? Let me start off. Okay.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks to you, the management of Citi, for giving us this opportunity. So on Saturday, we are aside a speech day. We are handing over a big project, what we call the Odadie 99 AI Experience Center.
Okay.
Which has some amazing facilities. In fact, I would say that it is the greenest building in any secondary school in Ghana. We are partnering with solar system. We have motion detected systems. Which are to ensure that there's energy efficiency in the building. There are intruder detection systems. There are closed circuit TV systems, CCTV. We've also used natural stones to reduce carbon emission. There are also the washers that we are using are water efficient. We've also used double glazing to reduce the sunlight that comes into the building. There are LEDs, and the air conditions are energy efficient. The position of the building also to ensure that the heat that comes into the building is reduced. So we encourage a lot of people to come. In that building too, you'd have the main hall, which has interactive screens, workstations, and a lot more. I'm sure once the conversation goes on, we'll talk about it. Also, we're also handing over, we've also done a second project, which we've mapped the entire school. You know, when you go to Presec, it has almost about 83 acres of land. However, there are a lot of projects dotted around the school. So we've mapped out the entire school, digitized it to ensure that in future, when any development is coming up, those things are factored in to ensure that buildings are positioned in the right places. So, and there's a third project which we would reveal on that day. So we invite a lot more people to come and join us.
I see. You've kept that for the day. But why an AI experience center? I'm sure lots of people sit down and ask themselves, what can they give their school? Why did you settle on that? And how easy or difficult was it settling on that particular choice?
It was a difficult choice because there's so many different ways to help the school, right? And we narrowed it down to we've already been through the school. We are out there, right? We know where the industry is going. We know where the world is going, right? And so we need to equip the next generation to be able to, be competitive in the market, right? And so that allowed us to sort of steer towards that AI experience.
I see. And how was the journey from thinking of this to writing it down to seeing it come to life, Doc?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a journey because, as you mentioned, there were other projects that we could do. So we started with a list of what are the things that we want to do and what actually drives value, not just for the students that are in there right now, but for future generations. And as we did that, we thought about what makes the students that graduate from Presec competitive in a global market. And so we landed on sort of the world of digitization, the world of AI. It became clear that that was where we wanted to go. And then it became a task of figuring out how do you marshal the forces, how do you find people that are dedicated to the cause and are committed to enable us get there. So we've been at this for about a year now, pulling resources internally, externally, and at some point Richard will tell you folks that supported this journey.
I see. So you went from, within a year, you went from...
Actually, less than a year.
Less than a year. So you went from thinking about it to putting it up. I see. How was the execution? Because it's quite an extensive project, all these things, and you have to get all of that in a building? How was it like figuring out the steps as you went along?
So Nathan, the good part is that we have a ton of expertise within the Bristol 99-year group. Mention anything, any kind of rule that you can think of, and then there's somebody there with expertise. So we leverage upon this expertise. The design was by one of us.
Okay.
Most of the things there were done by experts who are within the 99-year group. So it was quite easy for us to do. And in fact, I think the most difficult part was actually agreeing on a project to do.
I see.
You know? And of course, I mean, this one, I heard you talk about the issue of an experiment that was done where some people's friends couldn't detect the difference in the voice being done with AI. It tells you how far we're going with that. And yeah, I will tell you, he's been here for the past 2 weeks trying to teach these kids on what to put together ahead of the speech day. And hopefully on Saturday, in a 2-week window, what they've learned to put on display. And it's like, it will amaze you how that one is. So it tells you that on the project, we actually have the right project. Hopefully, we are hopeful that with the things that we've done, the project that have been put behind it, the training schedules and everything else, we shall see some very, very advanced work from these kids going forward.
Wonderful. We're talking about support because you need a lot of support to get this off the ground. Who were the key people behind you, and what kind of support did you get from these people?
Thanks, Nathan. In fact, I have 101 lists, but I'm sure if I do that, you give me a bill. So first of all, let me salute all the 1999-year group members.
I'm sure the year group has all kinds of very interesting people.
Oh, very, very.
Bernard was mentioning something.
Yeah, crazy
wow.
group.
All over the world, wherever you find yourself, thank you for coming along and joining us to execute this. In addition, we are also supported by corporate sponsors. Let me acknowledge Dr. Sapon, our global president and the CEO of Specialized. He's been very instrumental, supporting us in cash as well as motivating us to execute this. We also have support from Dr. Baini or Mr. Baini from Peria Homes, who's also another dear. We are also supported by Grandi Management Services, Ostec Limited, Power HD, Santec, BIAPA, Enterprise MEP, MN Souza, Blue Blaze, Fox Schooling, Unidor Limited, Alutrade, Telecel, who is supporting us with internet connectivity, CCL, and Stone Depot. Yeah,
I see. Wonderful. Long list of people who are supporting. A bit about Saturday. Are you the year group that's hosting Saturdays?
Yeah, we are. It's been 25 years since we finished school. Okay. Amazing, man. I mean, this is incredible.
25 years.
I was telling you, I've not actually seen you since we finished school.
Wow, you haven't seen him in 25 years.
I've not. Amazing. Shakes lives in the US, but actually lives in Ghana. So I see him. Richard is back. But the point is that it's a year group time to host the speech and prize giving, and for us, it also gives us a chance to reconnect with a number of our mates who have not seen. As I said, I've not seen you in 25 years, but they say because of the speech day, and a bunch of them who are also coming in for that. So to us, it's a good time to reconnect, and I think on the same evening we also have a end of year party that we also have as well. So
you know, Daddy out there, please join us this Saturday, and then come for the party as well.
For those that finished in 2000 and those that finished in 98, because those are the guys that were in school, and so that's a lot of Keys mates, and then who is 2000 is who H.H. Kankus at the 2000 as well. So hopefully we shall have all those guys to come and join us to celebrate this day.
I see. So for the speech day, who's the VIP that's attending?
We are trying to keep it very, very humble and very, very nice. So of course you mentioned some of the notable guys that we have. So for example, it will be chaired by one of our own, Nana Ureduwadia, who happens to be in the same house as myself back in Presec, who happens to be the Kowun Kwitia. Okay. BBC Simmons will be there to speak. Bryce Simmons, he was we're in school together. Blackwell as well, also in school together. Plus the moderator of the Pedby Church of Ghana will be there as well to speak. So I mean, it's to us, it's just a time for us to reconnect here. May speak and Richard.
And then we also have the CEO of Telecel Ghana, Engineer Patricia Bonai, joining us, as well as our own global president, Dr. Sapon.
I see. So Saturday promises to be fun then.
It has to be fun, Nathan. I mean, it's Presec. You know how we do things.
I know.
Yeah, I know. You wish you were Presec too, but it's okay. Akraka is fine. Akraka boys, we are. It's okay. We understand your predicament. So you actually also invited us all to join us on Saturday.
I will be there, guys. Thank you.
In fact, today we are going to ordain him an honorary order day. 99 member.
No, he doesn't deserve that yet. You should wait a little longer.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I had Inti Adai, data engineer, Dr. Kwesi Asabre, genomics
scientists, Richard Anson, who's a partner at PwC, and Kwame Jan, who is with the NCA. All of them are with the 1990-year group of Presec, and they are handing over the amazing AI Experience Center. It's really the centerpiece of what they are doing this Saturday, 86th anniversary. They're having their speech day. Guys, thank you very much. Congrats, and I wish you the very best ahead of Saturday.
And thank you very much as well. Thank you.
We're wrapping it up on the Citi Breakfast Show, but a quick word from Omni Basic Bank before we leave. Their fast, reliable, and stress-free remittance service makes receiving money from family, friends, and business partners abroad easier than ever. So whether it's MoneyGram, RIA, Western Union, or TransFast, World Remit, or Unilink, you can access your funds instantly at all their branches nationwide. Call 0800 100 790 or 0307 086 000. Omni Basic Bank at your service. That's how I wrap it up on the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Nathan Kwame. Thanks for listening. Earlier you heard the team: Godfred Akotobo, Bernard Avle, Richard Della Sky. Show produced by Shiba Araba Benin and Fred Jabano. Godfred Odum was here on technical. Let's get into the news at 10. Jubi Riafe Kington is here.
This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to City News at 10.